as a youth elder, as a youth leader, we find something significant about you that you are worthy to represent them. When the year finish, you make audit. They make audit. This is how the God was able to save. There's no fraud. There should be a penalty for anybody who will defraud our government. There should be an every consequence, because where there's no consequence, people just do whatever they want. And secondly, when Obi was doing campaign, I overheard him when he was saying, after these people who came in through his Labour Party, that he would tutor them about what government is. That is the fact. A lot of government does not know their priority. They does not know what the position, their stand, what the position is all about. They just roll in and they just come in and go out. As of today, the Senate, lower and the upper chamber, take more than 65% of Nigeria budget without no account. Without no account. Constituency project. What constituency project? What are they projecting that they will have 1 billion naira? Always come to the budget to defend. This cannot happen in a Biafra land. You cannot come and tell us above us where the light is there. When you are spending, we have to see what you are spending the money for. The transparency I'm looking forward in this government that is about to announce by December is to see how contract will be awarded to people, and will be transparent, and people will know who is taking the contract, how much the government is making from, and how much the government is spending. If you're not ready to be in, you are out. It's not compulsory. You must be governor, you must be senator, you must be a it's not compulsory. No, you cannot go to school, know your priority, know what you have to do, and when you leave the government, people they don't know. 90% of them they don't know. 90% of government they don't know their right and their left. All what they know is that they swear and oath to serve as
my brother, they swear and oath to steal.
God bless you.
Criminality, not to serve. Let's
Thank
get
you
it
for
right.
correction. Thank you. Be taken away. We have nothing again. We need to dismantle this Nigeria. We need to have our own. I saw a picture about Biafra will look, about the structure the architect make about the capital of Biafra. It's one of the best I've seen so far. If you go do no, if you see us, you will say that you want this to become reality. God bless you. I'm really enjoying this space because this is my home. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much for your submission. Thank you. And that is a fact. Biafra will be Garden of Eden if you believe in the Bible. It's especially our Ebube. What is Dubai that you people are running up to? This will be a natural one. Dubai is artificially created. Ours is natural. We've got the water, we've got the trees, we've got the forest, we've got the sun, we've got the natural resources. So, my dear Biafrans, there's no alternative to Biafra. This is an example of it.
Go to Aguilera and see beach that beat Lagos beach. Go to Aguilera and see beach in our hey.
Thank you, thank you. David, I don't know how
I'm
safe is
ready.
your mic.
I'm ready. Can I go?
Who is ready? Okay, okay. I do apologize. Yes, go ahead. I just thought David
Yeah.
was speaking before and he was struggling with his mic and no, not mic. He was struggling with his network. It was breaking. Go on, sir. Go on, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you again once again for the opportunity. Yeah. I want all Biafrans to know, most especially. First of all, I want to encourage our Umu Biafra, Nkamoro Namba, all the ones that were born in foreign lands. You understand? You still have strong connection with your ancestral home. I want to encourage you people, forget about the fact that your language barrier might be kind of make you feel less confident. You're a Biafran. What Biafran is gonna do when we come, we're gonna have school that will re-educate our children, re-educate our citizens, most especially those who are not good in speaking the Biafran language. We are gonna do that. I want to see a Biafra. I want to see a Biafra whereby we will look at every ethnic group in every tribe in our ethnic nation. You understand? Take different dialects and put it into one lingua franca that will enable TV, regardless of the dialect or whatever it is, that will foster unity. I want to see a Biafra that will make political office less lucrative. And the only medal of honor you earn as a politician is based on the impact or or what change you've brought to the system that have improved the life of Biafran positively. I want to see a Biafran whereby after Biafra is restored, we are going to educate, we're going to have a school, like a form of like a recreational schools for our seniors that have been bastardized by Nigeria. Understand? Educate them in a fun way. Tell them about Biafra, even though they know Biafra. Teach them why freedom and what this freedom is going to guarantee to them and guarantee to their future children. I want to see a Biafra that we will not have any form of foreign companies, most especially the ones that are very strong or have strong histories of capitalist tendency, or ones that have strong form of, because one thing after Biafra comes, because they know what Biafra is, they are still going to be planning from the underground to destabilize us, because Biafra is what will open the eyes of Africa. I don't want to see these foreign companies that come and take over the country's economy all in the name of investors, because you got to understand the way this foreign capitalist company operates. If not checkmate properly, they can begin to develop deep state within a state, which in future can further destabilize a country. I don't want to see that. So our policy makers, please take note. You people should make sure you scrutinize this company, and out of every profit they make, a certain discussion has to be made with them. They have to contribute a certain portion of their profits to the community. As much as they pay their tax, they have to contribute a portion of their profit to the community, because the community is where they make the money from. I want to see a Biafra that will promote more good and less evil. I want to say Biafra whereby as soon as our children are born, once they reach the age of 1, a trust fund is already open for them. You understand? And the government contribute a little bit of portion of money to that account. And also their parents are mandated to contribute a portion of money into their account. And policies should be sent in place that as that child reaches the age of 25, you understand? At least they already have money, they are already self-sufficient. And if at all they are going to use that money, you understand, structures have to be put in place. That money, 70% of that money must be invested in Biafra. I want to see a Biafra whereby this thing called life insurance should not be run by insurance company. There should be a community trust fund that will ensure that before case of any tragedy in any family, before the benefactors can receive that money, they will make sure they have been scrutinized beyond reasonable doubt. Because I've seen so many experiences, you understand, most especially in the Western world, what this type of things and the kind of evil can cause. I want to see a nation, a Biafra, whereby the ethics will be hard work and impact in the society, not an ethics that is money driven, that is profit driven. In as much as money is good, profit is good, but that should not be the foundation of our way of life. Our way of life should be based on ethics. It should be based on what positive change you can bring
Value.
to the society. I want to see a
Exactly.
Biafran that before our government makes a foreign policy in regards to respond to situation going on in the outside world, outside of Biafra, a good a poll should be conducted at least 2 times to get the opinion of the people before the Congress or the National Assembly of Biafra can pass a bill to implement that policy. Because this is very important, because when you study most especially all these Western countries, the politicians feel that because of they've given them the power, or because the people have voted them into office, you understand? They go in that office, stay for a very long time, they begin to develop hackers. And before you know it, a few group of people hijacks the country and start making decisions in the name of that country. No, in as much as you have been an elected official in Biafra land, a poll must be conducted. Let us say something is going on in the sub-Saharan region, understand, of
My
Africa.
brother, my brother, all this thing where they talk, you part of the government, you understand? The government no go remember this thing where they talk. You must be part of that government. Wanna know the name. Wanna know the name down, you understand?
The space is recorded, they will listen. So because you don't understand what is going on. In as much as we are blaming Britain, America, and what they are doing in the world today, when you talk to an average citizens of this country, they are very, very naive about all those things. These are a group of people that have hijacked the country and they are making things because of their own gains and benefits. I don't want a Biafran like that. I want a Biafran that even though they are going to make any critical decision in our region, the poll must be conducted. And before a poll is conducted, the media of Biafra has to be a media that will bring nothing but the truth, propagate this news and educate the people about the news or the policy the government is about to take before that poll can be conducted. And based on the poll of the people, if majority of the people agree that the government should go ahead with the policy, it is only when that our Congress or our Parliament can start proceeding to make a bill. Because I don't want a group of people hijacking our country and say, or maybe because of a foreign country is trying to get the government of Biafra to do something, they go and meet one group of people that they know that they've been in power for a long time. No. Our Senate is going to be 2 terms. Once you're done with 2 terms, you get out of there. You're not the only you're not the only Biafran God created. There are other Biafrans that have other things to bring to the table. I want a country that there will be good separation of powers from grassroots, from the judicial to the executive to the legislature. Aside from that, I want to see a Biafran that we have a judicial council in terms of making, let's say, something that has to do with like a traditional legal case has to be settled. Understand? I want a Biafran that will have a judicial council from every tribe of Biafra. We have a representation on that judicial council, and that judicial council will be responsible for deliberating on traditions. Our requirement to get into that position, you must be a very, very well knowledgeable person about the history of Biafra. Understand? I want a Biafra whereby we will not have no foreign military base around any of our region. The only foreign military base that will be around our region is the one that was signed, or it will be a pact that was signed by the people of that region that have decided to create a security defense to preserve them as a people. So all these French base, all these American, Britain, all those things is going to get away. We don't need all those things. I want a Biafran that...
So please, sir, can you conclude? I've got lots of hands up, please. I think I gave you about almost 10 minutes now.
Okay. Sorry.
I know the Biafra you want. You will want everything. I don't blame you. So do all of us. Thank you.
And finally, since our economy is going to be a brain-based economy, I want a Biafran that even the lowest income earners of Biafra, their children will have the same equal opportunity as a rich man's child. You understand? I want them to be able to have access to all the facility and equipment that will enable them develop that talent. Because in Biafra, at least once in a decade, we have to be geniuses that will be contributing immensely, not just to Biafra, but to the world at large. Thank you.
There's a whole list of everything. Everybody wants the type of Biafra they want. And you can tell everything our minister have said here is exactly what is happening. That is, he's saying this is the difference between Biafra and the zoological republic that you currently have, who is a killer squad, who punishes, who has a punishment to everybody if there's an incident happening. Lekki Toll Gate is an example, Okwama is an example, and now we've got all sorts of examples in there. They punish everybody in the area if anything happens to their criminal jihadist terrorist army. So this is he wants all of these things because he knows this is what the Biafra will be compared to the zoo. Thank you. Please, if your mic is on, Bishop Francis, can you please turn your mic off? If not, I'll have to bring you down. Please. Thank you. I do apologize for that. We are really struggling today and everybody is doing excellently well. David, you can carry on from where you stopped. Thank you very much.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please confirm that.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. I was saying in the zoo, in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Bulgaria, their educational system is a very shambolic educational system. In Biafra, we are going to get the best of educational facilities, the best of teachers. We have the best of teachers, of course. Biafrans are sought after all over the world because Biafrans have the spirit of retentive memory and spirit of assimilation. And in Biafra land, everything based on practical theory. You see, in Nigeria, in that zoo called Nigeria, there is nothing like practicality, theory. They tell you that this is mind, this is your small intestine. You just be visualizing what they are teaching you on your head. But in Biafra, our children will have an opportunity of knowing, seeing, experiencing what they are being being taught. They are going to make their own decision based on what the government will use as their curriculum activities. Very, very important. So Biafra, I expect to see an educational system whereby all the Biafran children will be able, at their kindergarten age, they can be able to even teach those who will come from the Nigerian country to come and study in Biafra land, if the opportunity is given to them. In Biafra, we will have the best of health care, where our elderly ones, our mothers, our children, every Biafran will receive the best of health care that the Biafran government can provide to their citizens. Very, very important. And in Biafra, no woman can die in childbirth because of lack of electricity or lack of equipment to be able to, the machines can take care of emergencies. No, in Biafra, I believe because Biafran doctors are doing excellently well all around the world, and when Biafra comes, they will be returned. All of them will come back to Biafra land to show the Biafran people all those things that they have learned, and to make sure that Biafra, we have the best of healthcare system in the world. In Biafra, we expect the best of network of roads, solid roads built that can last for ages without having to see any road that cause accident. In Biafra, be accident free. Of course, there are some accidents that natural accidents that do occur. We understand that, but all these man-made accidents or man-caused accidents will not be happening in Biafra as it happens in that contraption called Nigeria. In Biafra land, we expect to see the best of infrastructural development and human development, because Biafrans are blessed with intellect. We are blessed with skills. So in Biafra, all these skills will be harnessed to make sure that the Biafran children, even at their kindergarten stages, they can be able to manufacture things that even the Chinese children are doing at this particular time, even more, so that the Nigerian people who will have opportunity of getting visa to come and study in Biafra they will be taught by our children. In Biafra land, we expect to see the best of economy. You see, Biafra had, during the time of Michael Okpara, we have the best of growing economy in the world. In Biafra, I believe, and I see it coming, it will be replicated when Biafra is restored. Very, very important. So in Biafra,
Sorry, David, I think you're still having the interference.
we
Sorry. David, we can't hear you. You've been in your line is being interrupted again. So
have
if
the
you can
best
just try and go out and come back, and then we'll David. So I don't want to drop. I just don't want to.
That will have the best of security. We expect to see
David,
even
David.
in Biafra land being wired with CCTV.
David, we lost you for a moment there. We couldn't hear you. So guys, I'm just going to give the mic to somebody else, and David will probably go out and come back. I think I think I will go with Amara. Amara, I haven't spoken at all, and then I will then go. And then we'll then go back to Mazi Oyeka, and then God's will and Chukwuemeze. And I'm trying to bring other people in. Please, Helen Peters, I've tried to send you to be a speaker. Please acknowledge that. Anyhow, please continue trying. I've been trying to bring you in as well. Please don't give up. Keep trying, guys. It was a bit difficult today. I think it's probably, who knows, maybe it's what's going on. But please keep trying. Let's get this space going. It's a brilliant topic. It's all about Biafra, Yobo, Isoko, Igodomi, Godo, and all other states of Biafra. Biafra is a configuration state of Biafra. 40 states we have, and we could have more. And please, currently we are talking about the salary and all the perks of the senator. That does not include all the other projects, all the other things that they do. They get about 30 million naira per month for their expenses, and they could not even approve an ordinary increase in salary for their civil servants. And the basic salary in Nigeria is just something that don't understand what they have done to our people. They have used terrorism. They have used shock and awe to cage our people. Our people back at home cannot even talk because of the terrorism they are using against them. So we need to make our voice very loud for the rest of the world, at least even if they don't support what we are doing, but they can hear that this is an untold punishment on our people. So please take the mic and make your submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're listening from. Am I coming out loud? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. My own submission is we all know that Nigeria has no leadership because even the Bible made us to know that a leader is a servant. But what we have in Nigeria is a political robber, a political gangster. That's why they kill to get a political position. They went there to remove all the benefits in political position today in Nigeria, and you see that you will search for people that will be there. So they are there for their business, and if you know what they do before they get there, they pay hugely, both physical cash, both sacrifices. They don't care. So that is just that one. So comparing Biafra to Nigeria would be like the difference would be like heaven and hell. That's just the summary of it. And secondly, I strongly believe in our government because they are trustworthy. We have learned a very big lesson. If it is a very dark man, you say we have learned the hard way, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. We have learned a very big. In fact, it is also a good that before this Biafra came like this, that we have gnashed our teeth. We have known what to pass through. We are like gold now, that before gold, it will be refined before it becomes a gold. So we have gone all those processes, and I can tell you that our government is trustworthy. I fell in love more when I heard our leader, Mazen Bikam, before he was kidnapped, that our country will be based on brain resources. You see, all those things are the criteria that these people, that we know who we are and we know what we are coming to do. So the government is trustworthy. That's why I'm not panicking. They know what they are doing, and all they need from us now is just a support, because most of all these things we are saying, most of all these things we are saying here, they already know this, they know it, and if you look at the people in the government, they are there, they merited it. Just go to the Biafran Republic government in exile and check the people, the timbers and calibers of people in there. You will see that they are all professionals. They know what they are doing. So in Biafra, I think the politicians, the government, such amount that is being the government is milking in the country like Nigeria will not be the same in our own country. I think if we invest much in security, because it is very easier to give security to prevent than to allow insecurity. So it is better to invest in security than to fight insecurity. The money we use to fight insecurity is more costlier than the money you are going to invest in security. And in Biafra, I know the government will know all these things, but it's just like a kind of, we are going to scrap all the driving experience that we have in Nigeria. That one will never work, because if you look at it now, you can't compare the rate of accidents happening in Nigeria to elsewhere. We're going to have something like, it's not, in Nigeria, the car that is almost driving, even there, are all dead. So all the cars, before it will enter road, it will pass a kind of a road test, which government is going to supervise and make sure that before this car will enter into the road, that it merits to be used on the way. And the kind of orientation they're going to drive before you become a driver in our country, you're going to pass through process. Not that I can drive. That doesn't work. You go through process. They should just make it a very serious issue. That is, to be a driver, you must qualify to social criteria to be a driver. So with that, it will minimize the rate of accidents. You will obey the road signs and signals. So, and I know that our government, they are not all this like what they are doing in Nigeria, that the government is above the law. If you go other places, you see that the president or the prime minister of a country or a governor of a state will be in a traffic. When traffic show red, you stop and they obey the rules, because it is because there is no leadership in Nigeria. There's no law. That is why everything is turning upside down in that country. In a place where there is leaders, where there is law, you don't see people misbehaving like they do in Nigeria. So that is just our government will live by the examples. And if you see, am I still coming out? Somebody should confirm. Am I coming out loud? Okay. So,
Yes, loud and clear.
okay. So that's the kind of, I know that because we have passed all through all those things, and I know because of our experiences, they say that travel is a part of education. I believe that our people are all over the world. They will bring all those experiences, all those natural inbuilt knowledge, and will build the country so that it will compete to the world best. Nigeria, we cannot. There's nothing as in the worst of Biafran cannot be even compared in Nigeria. We are going to compete with the same world, people that know what they are doing. So that is the kind of country and the country we seek, where we value humanity, not what we gain. You consider people first before me, not the government of me, I, and me, I. So you consider others first before you. So I know, I trust our government, because with their movements now, all their decisions now, you see that our future is very bright. So I am very, very confident in them. All they need now is our support. And in terms of the Nigeria now, we see that everything that is happening now is just a last.
Sorry, Amara, can you please round up, please? Thank you.
Okay.
I've flashed you to round up since. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to talk more again about the security. We shouldn't be in our defensive first. Again, we should be at the offensive. The speech of our prime minister in the last talk he made, I think if you listen to him, you'll be more happy. And secondly, we should do something about our platform, this information, because as they are going mad now, the only platform that we have voice now is on this space. And if anything should happen to this now, we find it difficult. I believe they are working very hard on our platform so that we'll be able to propagate this gospel of truth. Because these people, they are very, very desperate. Just like Simon said before, we need to be putting our prime minister and the president of Finland into prayers, because the governments now they are running helter-skelter. Anything they can lay their hands now to work against us, they can do it. So that's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, Mazdi Gotsil, please pardon me. Can I take permission from you? I don't know how strong your network is. Eno has actually struggled today, but she's able to come in now. Can we give the mic to her, or was it awesome because you had your turn before? Was it something you just wanted to make a contribution?
Yes. Anyway, don't worry. My sister, Enoho will come up. Let me just be very brief. Can you hear me?
Really? So yeah, good.
Yeah, very, very, very brief. Yes. I want to call our attention to something that most of us, we are not considering. Do you know that countries all over the world, most especially in the West, seek to protect their own collective existence? That is to say that there is a very high rate of self-preservation going on, which is something that the zoo lacks, that Biafra is going to promote. For example, if you touch their citizens, you see how aggressive they come. And you come across countries like Finland, for example, has bunker shields being built to protect their citizens whenever there is any form of attack. Even if when there is no war, they prepare for it. And these shields are designed not just to protect the elites or the president, so to say, but it is designed to protect the ordinary man and woman, the citizens as a whole. And as a matter of fact, should they face any form of attack, their citizens will be preserved. And if you watch carefully, this is something that the zoo lacks. They don't understand what it means to preserve yourself, self-preservation. They don't understand what it means to protect yourselves against invasion. They don't even have weapons that they produce themselves.
Don't defend the brother. We are going too far. The country that do to destroy you, how can they do that country for you? This is just waste of time. They do this to destroy you from the one. How do you expect them to do that kind of thing? Only someone who don't know the reason of Nigeria is to destroy the indigenous people. So this is not a country. Let us not go that side. Nigeria is not a country that meant to save you for the first place. You must understand this. Go for something else, please, okay?
All right. No, yeah. What I'm trying to say now is this. We are here saying things that are expected of the Biafran government, things that we are going to put in place. So I am not bringing it as, one of those things that we are going to have that Nigeria never gave to anybody, which is preserving your people, preserving your race, preserving your culture, preserving your territory. That is your territorial integrity. Because we have men who are brainy, men who are skilled with talents. Imagine a country that buys every weapon you have, you buy them. What if you have a battle or a problem, and then those people, whom you go to buy from, refuse to sell? That means you will be so porous and vulnerable to attacks. So this is the little I wanted to check. My sister, I know her, can continue. Let me not take much of the time. I don't know what the network is planning for her this time. Thank you very much, my sister Clara Dims.
Thank you so much, Mazi. Don't worry. What you've just said is going to happen. By the time we get the United States, by the time you have Mazi, please, can I speak? Please. By the time you
yes, I saw my time you give to him. My time you give to him. You forgot.
Can you let me speak, please? Can you let me speak, please? Let's spare the decorum here. So by the time we get the United States on our side, those Tokona aircraft, those other aircraft they are buying there, they have the ability to dismantle it on air. They have the ability to make it not work. because they don't have their own, they haven't created their own armory, they don't have their own ammunition. So, my dear, it will happen. It will happen. What you've just said will happen. Our own Marines will come and go and save our people from wherever they are. I'm not going to talk too much because we are really struggling here. So anyhow, please, if you can take the mic now. Thank you very much. Sorry, Mazeni Oyeka. I just wanted to quickly put that through. And because I wanted to give priority to those people, to be honest, if you see the communication she's had with me, she's done it over 70, 80 times to come in. And I keep pushing her, keep encouraging her. Don't give up, my dear. Keep trying, keep trying. It's very frustrating. Thank you. Could you take the mic, please?
To install her app and install another one again. To install that app she's using, she have to do that after speech and install another one. Thank you.
Go on, no. The mic is yours. I hope you are able to come in.
Hello. Hope
Yeah,
I'm
we can hear you.
audible, rather. Can anybody? Okay. Praise to God, Kikyo. I'm actually here. Okay. It's been wonderful. I've been kicked out over and over and over and over, and I can't imagine that for hours I'm actually trying to get into space. But I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate the government, and I pray soon that our own space be available so that we don't have to deal with our hidden haters that would go to a corner and begin to tamper with people's space. Um, I just basically, at this point, I've been so exhausted from trying to get in, and it's kind of frustrating. But what I just basically want to encourage people, because I haven't been in this conversation, is that one thing we should realize is Biafra is the only way for us to know who we are. Because as far as I'm concerned, the people in this space right now and other spaces organized by the government is the only space you can actually get clear truth. Because everybody here is trying to find their way back from what they've told us, from what has been taken away from us, and all the lies. This is the only place where you can find sanity to at least get the puzzles for questions that you've been asking. And I would employ everybody, like I always say, to go out there. The informations are there, especially to those of us that are in the diaspora, because for us, or some of us who are in the homeland, our reach is actually restricted. There are certain sites, as bad as it is, that you cannot access, except you probably have VPN or something. But for us out there who are in that system, it's just a stroll into a standard museum or a standard library, and you will find all this truth, because the people who did this to us took the truth and just kept it somewhere, knowing that they have put us in a position where we will never come to realize or come to say, okay, we are looking for our truth. Example, Igodo was a place that had rich culture, rich energy, because it was full of diversity, of one people with diverse culture, diverse personalities, and yet understood that we were one people. And the invasion of Igodo brought about this disunity that we have today, and how everybody seems to see the name Biafra as the evil. I have this mentality. When it begins to bastardize something, I always like to go and now there's some reason that is making them say these things. I used to be a Biafran follower. I never a kid up until maybe 2000 or 2017 or 2018. That was when I actually started understanding or started hearing. I just realized, I said to myself, I said, all these people making noise. Who is Biafra? Why are we Biafra? And why are we shouting? But when I started searching and started understanding, the truth is, it will take you to a point where you would have to question every single detail that you know, from your education to religion to even what you were told as a child. But the truth is, if you persistently go on and check, you will find out that 100%, 100% of the things they said about Biafra is a lie. The reason why the world is afraid of Biafra, why we are fighting today, is because of the truth that they did, evil that they did. They covered up an entire civilization. They covered up an entire history, and the history that would show the evil and the genocide that has been happening. It's not today they started killing Biafrans. It has started hundreds of years ago. Hundreds of years ago. It deemed them fit. It's like, when you've been trying to penetrate a people who had everything that you've ever wanted, and you finally get into it because they made a mistake. The mistake by trusting who they shouldn't trust, or letting in things that they shouldn't let in. And today is like, let us just kill, divide, and share, and clean our mouth so that nobody else will know about it. Or you think that the fact that the British call you an estate, you think they don't know what they are doing. It has always been about you and your land, who you are. I want to tell you something. Everything that is happening right now has happened before in different scenarios. This is not the first time they are invading your land. This is not the first time they are engaging you in a battle for your freedom. It is not, and if we don't put a stop to it, our children will continue this fight. And the reason why we are fighting now is because I personally don't want my children to fight this battle that I'm fighting. I would rather fight it to the end. Go and read books like Achonolu's book. I tell people, I said that woman died at a very young age, 50 something. With all the knowledge she has, it was too easy for her to die from what she died.
They killed her.
I would categorically silenced because she had a vast knowledge, she had vast proof, and she wrote them down. And most people don't even know about her books, but she wrote them down. She tells you details of how creation started from this side of the world, not anywhere else. This side. Ask yourself a question. Scientifically, it's been proven that the white race is the youngest race to ever exist. Now, my question is,
Thank you.
why would somebody who is categorized as your great-great-grandchild come and tell you who you are and you accept it? What happened to you? How did you lost it? How did you find yourself in a place whereby your children are the ones telling you, or grandchildren telling you who you are? Example, we don't reason anymore. They will tell you there are 100,000 species of butterflies. And I will ask the same question. How did you know? How did you count it? Did you go to every cocoon? Did you go to every country? Did you go to every space? Did you come to my village? Did you come to Rage and Fury's village? I can assure you, they don't know. But everything they tell you, they have put you in a position that you must accept it because they have conquered you. Now, today, you don't understand the reason why somebody wakes up one morning and brings up an anthem. An anthem that was last sung after the Biafran War. That was the last time that anthem was used. After the Biafran War, when Nigeria and the so-called Biafra then was trying to come to become one country. And then they said, okay, you know what, to move on, let us change the old and become the new. And arise, O compatriot, Nigeria call, you obey. That was where that came from. And today, they are reverting back to that. And so many people believe, it's just there, and they are trying to change. No, it is because the system that was put in place to put you in bondage is failing. In fact, not it's failing, it has failed. And the colonial masters are panicking. Because this time, when they lose it for good. What do you think would happen when you cage a dragon for years and you've been tormenting it continuously for years, and he sees your face every day, morning, night, noon, every minute he sees you tormenting. And then one day you mistakenly just slipped and let the cage loose. What do you think will happen? Of course, it's total burning. Everything will go. And they are afraid because the entire world has been lying to you, has been lying that you were the ones who went. Meanwhile, in the 1800, what am I saying? In 1800, in the 1600, even as far as the 1100, Europe was still living in what you call
Medieval
thatch houses,
age.
because they were living with animals. While your ancestors were
A
building
mountain.
Timbuktu, your ancestors were building Timbuktu, one of the world's oldest universities. Who built it? Was it the white man? What knowledge built it? Your ancestors were sailing to as far as Alaska and America. Columbus wrote something in his book. He said when he landed in America, he heard a familiar language. The people in America, the natives in America, spoke a language that was commonly spoken in West Africa. At the time Columbus was writing this language or writing this book, the language that was commonly spoken in West Africa at that time was Ibri, because all the coast countries spoke Ibri. So ask yourself the question, who were the people
That is Igbo
in the
language.
America? Of course, these were your brothers, these were your ancestors who migrated to those places. Whose civilization? In fact, Columbus in his book wrote that he had to come to Malamusa Mansa for directions because he and a few of the country people, the coastal region, had been traveling that route and they didn't know it. It was Malamusa Mansa that gave him the boat he used to sail to the Americans. And now, let me shock you people. Columbus himself was not even white. Now, the problem here is a lot of our history has been taken away, put in archives that you and I don't have access to because they preoccupy your mind with things that are irrelevant, with salaries like 30,000 naira, and you begin to struggle to look for how you want to make up money to pay school fees and rent. So the time you have to search and teach yourself is gone. And that was one of the laws that the Most High gave us. He said, these laws and this history should not depart from your house. Because the day you forget, the day you stop teaching gradually, and that's exactly what it was for hundreds and hundreds of years. And that happened, and we say something. He said, Igodomigodo is the key that opens the key. We in Igodomigodo land were the ones who were at the gate. And nobody enters the interland because the interland was sacred. 100, take it from me. The interlands were sacred. The interlands were where we had our temples, where we had our history. Mind you, in those days, the temple was a place, not what you have today, not the one you have today where people go and shout hallelujah, amen. The temple was a place that had the history of everybody. That it was sacred because the custodians made sure that it was kept. It was kept safe. It was kept untarnished. It was kept untranslated. And it was falling upon us who were at the outer region, who were at Igodomigodo, the key, to make sure that that place remained safe. We had the job to make sure that the interland was not infiltrated. And that was why when then the white people started coming in for Calabar, they said, if you read Renaissance, his book, he said that they were stopped. And they started writing stories like we were human, we did human sacrifice, and we were demonic, and we had skulls and all that. All that was just to spoil the minds of people because they had started infiltrating. They had started infiltrating.
Never come to Igbo
Today
land.
now,
You don't come to Igbo land at all. That woman.
a proper Igbo woman, everything. She will look at you to you. I am Kaba.
Please,
How
please,
is it possible
sister,
that
now,
you are not the same person,
please.
but yet you share the same cultural lineage, the same heritage, the same stories? Go around all of us in the coastal region, go around all of us in the interlands. Our stories are similar. It's not, if you go to Igala has a version of what Eri's story is, as well as Eri itself has a version of what Eri's story is. Now, the reason why you have this is because this is one story that has been broken down and infiltrated to cause confusion. Now begin to see things like differences, and it was deliberately done. Read the letter of Leopold. Leopold said it. He said, you cannot teach these people about God because they already know about God. So, but what we can do is to separate them from who they are by occupying them with things that they should not be doing. And how they did those things, my brothers and sisters, were through our mothers. It is easy. Let us go hypothetically to the Bible. Who was deceived? Why? Because naturally, if the woman, she's emotionally tuned, if you give her an emotional reason, a proper emotional reason, she would open up. And that was what they did. They brought in religion and ideologies, putting you and putting a God above who you were supposed to see above. And then they started infiltrating. If two people are in a house and one is telling you, my wife, this is how we should do this one, and she tells you, no, I can't do this because my pastor said, or because the Lord said. How? Even in the Bible, it is written. In the Bible, read it. It is written. Before you, as a woman, will be able to make a decision in a council, your husband has to be in support of it. If it's not in support of it, I'm sorry, that decision is not valid. It is just the way it is. That is just the way it is. But what did they do today? They've infiltrated our homes. You are having two different mindsets in a house. So the man is speaking this, the wife is speaking this, and of course, she's left with the children, which is the next generation. And then she would put that mentality into the children because they will tell you it's the woman that takes care of the children, of course, naturally. She's the one who has control over the house. What happens? So is that the restriction is the house. That's the truth. The man is just supposed to protect the house. So what does she do? She infiltrates the children with what she's already infiltrated with. And today you have this happening. It may seem stupid, it may seem very flimsy, but it begins to grow in your mind. Some of us went to church not because we believe in God. We went to church because our mothers took us to church. That is the truth. Some of us are in certain beliefs not because we understand it, but because our mothers told us this is how it is. Not because of how it is. And that is the reason why I would advise everybody, every single person, go out there and read, because we have gone far. Our history has been charted into different bits. You find some of it in the Quran. You find some of it in the what you call today as the Torah. You find some of it in the Bible. It has been separated. So you can never see yourself except you come to a position of trying to find and understand. Okay, look at what happened in Migodo. Gradually. Do you know gradually? My generation, when I mean my generation, people in my age group, cannot even relate with what happened in a few hundred years ago. I saw somebody today writing similarities of how Urobo and Ile Binu people are similar. And I quickly attacked her. I said, my dear, if you know what they did to your ancestors, you will delete this post. In fact, delete yourself totally from space. If you know how they massacred you. But the reason why she doesn't know is because her parents did not enlighten her. And of course, the parents of her parents never probably did. My family were amongst the people who migrated from that place, Igodomigodo. So the history is still very much deep into our system. We know. If you come to our house, I remember some time ago, a cousin of mine brought a Lebinu woman. Yeah, people will say it's tribalism, but no, let's just call it what it is. It doesn't work. He brought her and when he brought her to the house, my grandmother immediately resisted it and said it will never happen. And it's not a problem. It's not like it's tribalism. It is just some things that are not meant to be. Good, we can share the same space, talk, do whatever. But there are certain limits. Even the Most High tells you, go and read your Bible. He told the children of Israel. You see, these people don't mix. Yes, you can do whatever you want to do, but on no condition should you mix. And it is not because he doesn't want people to populate the earth, because he knows that when you mix with some certain things, of course, kings your boundary. And that's exactly what happened to us. We were traders, we were investors, we were merchants. We produced one of the best, Urobo people produced one of the best oil the world can ever see. People from Guinea, people from Portuguese were coming into our borders because why? They needed palm oil at that time. Palm oil was one of the richest minerals that was used in those days. And we produced it, we were good at it. That was where our name came from. Urobo. That's where our name came from. Urobo. We produced it and everybody knew and everybody wanted to trade with us. And in the process of trading, you started mixing. You started changing your tongues. You started changing your ideologies. You started allowing certain things coming. And the people who were doing this thing knew exactly what they were doing. But you let your guards down and you don't know. Say now because of you, they do these things. And that is the reason why I am passionate about Biafra. Because in Biafra, there is safety. You can now bring out everything. The truth of everything can now be preached with no prejudice or no fear. And that's the truth. There are certain things that we cannot discuss on space, not because we don't know them, but because we don't want certain things. You have to, first of all, secure your borders. And that's the reason why I would employ everybody. If you want to support Biafra, don't support it because of you, support it because of your future. So that we do not come back to this space. Go and read the book of Judges. It's written. The children of Israel kept on doing the same thing over and over and over, and they kept on going into slavery. But the Most High, being merciful, would always send them a judge. In the days of the Philistines, he sent them Samuel. In the days of Gaza, he sent them, what's his name? The one who would never leave the Philistine women alone, and they told him not to cut his hair.
Samson.
He's always sending people. And today now, he has sent Mazinam. In fact, he has sent two. Two. They are in front of you. Mazinam Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. He has sent two. And I'm very sure that there are others. Because I know this generation, this particular generation, for a fact, I've seen the signs, I've seen writings on the wall. This particular generation is the generation where Biafra and all the chains that holds its people are broken. And it is left for you, me, my brothers, my sisters to all come together. And that is what they are fighting to nail. Today now they are restructuring that. Mazinam the Kanu started shouting before he became what's it called? Biafra. He started restructure. Nobody listened. Now the man said, you know what? We don't want against self. We don't do. Oh yeah, we just want to go. Now they are bringing that back to full who, and the gullible ones will fall for it. But I bet it with you, if you try them, you will pay with your own blood. Not my blood, though, because we don't leave you. If you try them, you will pay, because the suffering, you see that suffering that they wrote in the Bible, that for a time and half a time, that you will be given to Gentiles. You will so suffer that you will cry. And in those days, I can assure my leader, the savage one that does not give a shit, he will just shut his doors. And that's the end. Because when he needs to be savage, he will be savage. And when he
Sister
needs to be civil,
Noho,
he will be
please,
civil.
please.
Because he has been
I
shouting,
asked
he
a
has been
question.
preaching,
That question
we
was
cried,
directed to
una
you
no
before
come,
they
we
kicked you
preached,
out.
una no come, we dance, una step, no still come.
That's
They
what
still
you know
come
they
kill us inside the matter, una still no come. If una by mistake fall for this trap, hey, oh, Mechukwu could save you. But I know for sure that the boundaries, the old boundaries of Biafra will come. The old boundaries will come and nothing will stop it, including that one sitting in that throne in Benin or in Lebinu, the Lebinu king sitting in Godomido. He will be chased out because he went, in fact, he was the best to. He went around killing and exchanging the royal houses. And that's the reason why till tomorrow you see them, they will start tracing their lineage to Benin. Yes, 80% of the kings cut across from here, from the south, as it were, to the boundaries of maybe Onitsha, have lineage with Lebini because most of them were exchanged. Most of them were exchanged. Most of them were exchanged. Most of them were the ones that when he conquered the main state, the main city, he started sending, including Agbon, that is in Ethiopia East. The Oba then murdered the first son when he realized that the king was old. This thing I'm telling you is written in Wikipedia. Go and read it. When he realized that the king was old, he murdered the first son of the king of Agbon. The king of Agbon sent his son as an envoy to the Oba to come tell him not to bring his crusade to his gates. And what he did was to murder him. And of course, that weakened the kingdom. But the truth is, the bloodline cannot lie. We know who we are. I know who I am. I am not of them. I am me. I am a proud Biafran by blood. A lineage that stretched thousands, if not millions of years ago. Our lineage did not start today. In fact, it's a taboo. I was going through maps from the 1100 and from the time of at least the first written map of the so-called African space was written by the Romans. And in that map, of course, there was no Biafra. In fact, they didn't have any name for this area because they had not entered. But it was there. Then when you now begin to come down to the 14th century, you now see things like Benin. And I ask myself, it's a taboo for Benin and Biafra to share the same space on a map because they are not of the same timeline at all. It is a taboo for you to put that word, Benin and Biafra, on the map. And you know the funny thing about the map? Where they put Biafra is like, Biafra, normally, your map shares boundary with Ethiopia and the Zamfara kingdom. If you know where Zamfara is, please, draw it yourself. If you know where Zamfara is, that is where your boundary is. At least in their map. Now today, they have so shrunk it that your map is now telling you that you are a dot nation. How now? You keep stealing the land. Now you want to start stealing the people. It's not possible. You cannot change a people. Whether you like it or not, blood is thicker than water. And that is who we are. We are Biafrans and nothing can change it. So if you like, believe, horrible. Kerame, if you not like, we're gonna tell ourselves, say, we know be Biafra. My brother, my sister, it is who you are. If you don't like it, go and bleach your blood. It is who you are, it is who you are. If you don't like it, go and bleach your blood. And you know if you bleach your blood, you could know what happen to you. It is who you are. Take it or leave it. Let your parents go to your elders. Let them tell you the truth. And the reason why you are suffering is because your elders, your Oloroguns and your Ogus have refused to say the truth. They have refused because of what? Greed. Look at you suffering. Look at you suffering. You can't even have access to the resources in your own land. Your own land, though. Not be saying a person get am. Meanwhile, one idiot when sit down for one place for not, they tell you, say, now you get within your land. And you are there happy with yourself, feeling comfortable, telling yourself that we are not. Here is a situation whereby you have a place to be free, to do whatever it is you need to do with your resources to better the life of your people. But no, because of stupid propaganda and greed, you want to kill yourself. But let me tell you this. You see, the land, none of it will be taken. Everything that belongs to Biafra will be Biafra. If you don't, please, you have my permission to go on exile. When your brain recalibrates, you can come back. Because enough is enough. It is time we tell ourselves the truth. The answers are there. If you refuse to see the truth, excuse is not an option. The reason why the Bible tells you that there'll be gnashing of teeth in those is because the answers were there and you look at it. You will cry when you know who you are. That is the truth. You will cry. That is what the Bible was telling you. That the day you find out who you are, you will cry. And in those days, excuse is not an option because the answers were there. The answers have always been there. You just refuse to see it. Now, it is a shame that grown men, people papa and people mama, they streets, they shout, say, because they pay them 60,000. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you ashamed? Shame never do you. Your shame, they shame me. You dey outside, they shout. And yet, they still can't tell you, say, we know if we pay you. But the person, they tell you so, they collect 30 million steady every month, steady. And mind you, you see that list is not true because you see nothing for you see this Nigeria, no single truth they their mouth. And no beef shishi. No single truth they their mouth. They are lying to you and yet asking you for your sympathy while they are lying to you. How stupid are you? Who did this to you? And here we are, giving you an opportunity to be your own person, to take away the shackles of slavery. But yet, sit down and be in a place where they will tell you, tomorrow morning you cannot eat this. How many of you sitting down there are shouting? Is it not a shame that at this stage, 2024, when the world is thinking of how to create their own sun, you are thinking of how you want to go and be protesting because Gary is now 50,000 naira per bag? Not be shame be that. For the most populous nation and the most country that produce the most oil in. Hey! So what is happening to all the oil? What is happening to all the gold? Or the diamonds? Or the vibranium? What is happening to it? What thing they can do? But you are satisfied to be sitting down and bringing some intellectual idiots, because that's what I call them, intellectual idiots, who will come and speak English from morning till night, analyze the analysis of the thing that is not happening, and you will say, yes, the country, you are all talking. Okay, now, Labour put people for strike. Then they wake up one morning and said, oh, the strike has been cancelled, but yet they didn't change the money. And you are comfortable with yourself, sitting down there. They will push you to the extent whereby even for you to even sleep with your wife, you will go and take permission from the government. That is exactly where we are going to right now. Because you will not be able to touch your own wife. Very, very soon. That is what they will do to you. Because they will control you, tell you how to eat, what to do, how to eat, how to even leave your house, when to leave it. They will control you. They will control you. You cannot afford to buy the most common thing. The most common thing. Cassava, they grow full everywhere. But yet, you go market, Garina 4,000. How? And you don't think there is a problem. That in 2024, the problem that you are facing as a nation is food. Where you have abundance. Ask yourself, have you ever asked yourself one question? Britain does not produce oil. But yet, at least, I know I was born in England. But yet, yes, they pay them every week. I remember that time when we were small now. Mom, see, they collect weekly alawi for us. No matter how small, they pay. Now the question is, where is the money coming from? My brother, it's from you and me. Your unborn children, now there they suck the money come off from. But yet, they keep you in slavery. You who be say one shipload of oil is what trillions? And do you know how many they sell every day? How much reach your hand? In communities like Irene, they have 24 oil wells. 24. Now, according to the law, you have to pay the community a certain percentage. Even the percentage when they toss it, they pay 2 million every day for per oil well, which we know say they know they pass so, but they say they pay the 2 million. You still know they received to Irene, they don't have lights. Go there. Go to Ewenru. Go to Agbara. Go to Agbaro. They don't have light. All these communities have at least probably have like 2 or 3 oil wells. And you don't need 24 to make money. You don't need 24 to drill. You don't need to drill 24. Even if you drill one, is enough to sustain the full Ugeli community. As big as Ugeli North and South be, one oil well is enough to sustain it. Build all the refineries, build everything you need to do. But yet, they open their mouth, they tell una, say they no fit pay una past 30,000, and you're comfortable. Nigeria never born. And now there are people who have said, you know what, we don't want to be a part of this shit. They are the ones that are terrorists. My people, what they have done to us is that they are taking away who we are. It's like left us as an empty shell. So of course, they will fill it with garbage. And the garbage they have filled it with is what is putting you in that position. So I'm employing you. Go out there. Look for yourself. Find out who you are. The answers are there. When you start asking, they will start answering you. But as far as you know if you ask, bro, you will not know anything. Nothing. There are too many dysfunctionalities happening. Do you know now, as you did so, you cannot go into your own forest and excavate your forest. You will have to go to England to go and collect license and permission. And I asked the question, how the hell does England have right over my land? Oh, yes, because you are a Commonwealth. It is the King of England that owns you. You are his property. In case you don't know, that is what Commonwealth means. The King of England owns you. You are part of the state. And that was why when the Queen died, they shared you to King Charles as a property. Or got away as a property. They didn't share you give. And yet you are still here telling yourself that Biafra is a terrorist organization. Now, Nasabio, for me, if I would be a terrorist to know the truth and my children not to suffer for what they are going through right now, I would rather be called a terrorist so that my children will live a very comfortable life. Because suffer no they tire you. Ignorance no they tire you. Ignorance is the root of death, not anything else. He said, my people perish, my people die. That's what that word means. My people die for the lack of knowledge. Ignorance is the greatest disease that is killing you and I. My people, go and find the truth. I would like to reserve my mouth for now.
Anyhow,
Sister,
Thank
please. I
you.
have one
anyhow.
question.
Sorry, Otumawanya. I got that right. Please, I just want you to talk about because you talked about from the beginning. You even went as far as the 14th century when you were checking the map and everything. And I just want you to build it up a little bit up till more recent time. Basically, because this is addressing our people now. Because some of them, they understand Delta State. Before we go to this Delta State, if you could just stretch it before Midwest, Bendel, and from closer to when we got the independence and things like that. Looking at our region, if you could just shed a little bit of light on that. That's what I wanted you to just update on that, and then I have quite a few people have some questions to ask as well. Please, Biko.
Okay, so the thing, you see the thing about this Western, how they call them, Midwest. My investigations, and from the history that is out there. The whole idea of the Midwest came in because of some certain people, which was propagated by the so-called Oba Kenzwa, who was the same person who convinced the genocidal general, we all know who he is, to go on that genocidal war that took away millions of lives. Now, the reason why that happened was because when Igodomigodo was still the same, even before the invasion of the British and they kicked him out, and in 1948 or so, they gave him back his throne when he went on exile. He knew that if Igodomigodo came back to it, if the tribes that make up Igodomigodo, which is the Esan people, the Isako, Uromi, all of us Urobo, came back, his throne will be kicked out. The original people who owns the land will take back their rights. It's a pure political thing. And after the war, of course, they needed to cut down your population. Since they couldn't cut you by war, they will cut you by divide and rule. So they started dividing you from who you were. You heard the other day, I think it was in Stella's Space, where she played the recording of the man who told you the treaty, that two treaties that were signed between Biafra and Great Britain. One was in 1875 and the other was just before the amalgamation in 1914. So they knew who you were. They had already signed a treaty. They went against their treaty to amalgamate you so that they can have full power over you. And when they did that, they started cutting down your population. Not by war, because they always come with different strategies. They don't look and say, okay, war go to raise eyebrow. So they started cutting your region with regionalization, which they are bringing back again. They cut your region and say, oh no, this is southeast, this is southwest, this is a old eastern region. There was nothing like old eastern region. These were two countries, not region, countries. The reason why they called you Nigeria, it is because it is a word to describe the people in that area. Nigeria, it's not a country. It's a vast land which had different nations. And in those days, the most populous nation in those days who had the power was the Biafra nation. And they know Queen Victoria did it purposely. It was her plan. She orchestrated this plan now that is going on, that they have been following, to cut you into regions to make you feel like you are a regional place. But the truth is that you were a country. When Victoria came in as Niger, Royal Niger Company, she came to a country. And men like Azikiwe were the men they used to deceive our people. I'm sorry, I don't see that man as a hero. I don't know if anybody here does, but for me, he wasn't, because as far as I'm concerned, he was another Obi, which they are using right now.
We don't regard him. He doesn't have anybody in our land.
She brought in this ideology of creating regions, but tying them under Nigeria as an area. To them, is a to map out who you are, in helping them reducing your population not by killing you now, by mindset. Just make them understand they are different people. Up until 1946, there was nothing like Urobo and Isoko. Go and check. There was nothing like Urobo and Isoko. We were called Sobo. Including Ijo. We were called Sobo. When they went around trying to understand the nations or the tribes, they started dividing you and telling you you are this and you are that. Naming you according to the areas or according to what you spoke. It was all a ploy to reduce, and reducing the population not by killing you, but by your mindset. Now, if Urobo say they no be Igbo, Calabar say they no be Igbo, Efik, what they call them, Ika, so you know that they reduce the population. You don't reduce them now. Now they will tell you that it is only the 5 states in the middle of the country that is Igbo. But the people were not called by what they spoke, but rather they were called by what they are. Ibri. When they came to buy slaves, they did not buy Igbo. They did not buy Urobo. They bought a people. Igbo. Hebrew slaves, and he cut across from Eri to Izon to Efik. All of us. He cut across all of us. That's why they took majority of the slaves from the coastal region. Not even in the interlands. From the coastal region. Majority of them were taken from there. And that was how they started cutting that Biafra. And eventually, that war that was fought was the war that they used to tell. Let us finally silence that word. That name Biafra was still in the map. I would post it. I have it here. I will post it. It was still in the map in the early 1800s. Just before the amalgamation, Biafra was still in the map. It was after the amalgamation, they kicked it out and changed that region to Nigeria and started populating the ideology. Most people didn't even hear about Nigeria until late 1960. All the interlands inside. I had an uncle. He said he didn't know what Nigeria was until he came to the West. When he started hearing people saying Nigeria, he was like, who is Nigeria? They said, you are Nigerian. He was like, how? That name was not working. They started doing all kinds of things, bringing campaigns and all this. It's all PR. They did it to basically shorten your population. To shorten your population, not just by genocide, but also by your mindset. And that's what they're doing right now. They bring it in slowly. You talk about it, you debate about it. They make it so that it's now like a household discussion. And sooner or later, your mind begins to accept it. It's seeming like, and eventually when they implement it, it's used to you. And that's exactly what they did. If Azikiwe had gone to every part of the nation of Biafra, I can assure you that amalgamation will not work. And that was why they did it with a few people. And removed that word. Okay, it was after the war that the Bite of Bini and Biafra was changed to the Bite of Boni to finally kill that name. Before the war, it was the Bite of Biafra. So how can you have the Bite of Biafra? So where is Biafra? Where is Biafra? Biafra did not come in 1979. It was 1960, during the Civil War. It was there in your map. It was there in the 18th century up until the early 19th century. It was there. It was after that it was changed, cancelled totally, never to rise again like he said. But in Papanyash, Biafra don't rise. Go and commit suicide. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Totally nothing. So it has always been a divide and rule tactics. They come in with ideologies. When the ideologies doesn't work, they now bring in force. So far, one of their best methods is ideology. Bringing the intellectuals, and all you need to do to them is making them sell their birthright by telling them you will give them a portion of what is already their own. How can you give a man what is already his own? It's an ideology. And that is the same ideology they are using today. It never changed. Resource control. Who took your resources in the first place that is giving you a resource control? It's an ideology. When we understand the ideology of these people, we can now tackle this problem. And that is why when Biafra comes, there will be a lot of work. And that is why we need to start the work from now, because the government in exile is fighting for our borders. We inside need to fight for within our borders, because we need to unify our people. A house that is not unified cannot stand. We need to unify our people. And that is why Bridge is doing their own. We need to do our own by making sure that our country is unified, either by fire or by fire. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
There is
sister.
one word I
Kunaka,
want to make one. I want to say one word. There is one word I used to say. Through fighting, you regain your position. Through fighting, you regain your normal position. So don't be afraid to fight. Thank you.
I know her. Thank you. I wanted to ask you a question, but I don't know if you're going to answer.
Biafrans, ask questions. Ask her questions. He's here.
Thank you. You see, You was born for a time like this.
Sorry, I can't hear anybody. Am I still audible? I've been kicked
Yes.
out.
Don't go down. Just remain like that.
You can't hear me?
No, can you hear me?
I don't know who is.
No, it's Clara.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. So
Okay.
basically,
I
just
can hear you.
hang in there. There will be few questions from what you said, or new things that might be asked. So just hang in there, and we'll do it orderly, please. Who is the first person? So the first person that wants to ask Enoho before, because there are hands up, who wants to say something as well? Eba Buchi wants to say something. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if Enoho is hearing me, but if she's not hearing me, Sister Clara, you can pass the message to her because she can hear you. Please, I asked this question earlier, but nobody seems to answer it. Because it's so obvious that from everything that you've said, a lot of lies.
I can't hear anymore. I think I'm being kicked out again.
Enoho, remain there. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Enoho, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, I can hear you
Just
now.
remain there. The person speaking, you can't hear that person, but I'm going to try and interpret. But if I can't interpret, we will give it to somebody else. Don't go.
So my question is, so I want to know this because you said a lot about you made a lot of quotation about the Bible. I asked this question before. So did it start from Adam, or we were already existing before Adam came? I want to know that, please. And the patriarch of the current day Israel that they claim today, where did he come from? Is it from our land? Please, I would like you to answer that question if you are knowledgeable about it. Thank you.
Enoho, did you hear that? Hello?
No, I didn't hear anything at all.
Okay, so the question he was asking, there are two questions there. The first one is that the issue of Adam and it's actually something from the Bible now. The issue of Adam and Eve, were they in existence before we? That's the first one.
Okay.
And the second one, yeah.
Okay.
And the second one is on what did you say about Israel?
The patriarch Abraham, did he come from our land, or where did he come from?
That did Abraham, the patriarch Abraham, did he come from our land, or where did he come from? Those two questions. If you can, anyone you can answer. If you cannot answer, you just say you don't know it, please.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the second question.
Okay.
The second question, if I heard that right, was Abraham from our land. The answer to that question is a capital yes. A capital yes, because this was the land of his forefathers, the land of his patriarch father, which was Zedike and Naoha, which we know as Noah. This was his land. He moved out and sojourned in Babylon in those days, or what you would call Babylon, or Soma. Let me use that word, Soma. He moved there. The problem is the people who wrote the Bible deliberately wrote it in a way that the timeline seems like it was far different or close. In some certain cases, they made it look like it was a far distance. In some certain cases, they made it look like it was the same time, and in some cases, it looked like it didn't even, the timelines are not matching. They deliberately did those things. The time Abraham walked on this earth was the same period, the one they call Lamiridu, or Nimrod walked on this earth. Nimrod was his uncle. He was his father's older brother. Or uncle, cousin. I won't say older brother because they were from two different lines. Nimrod was the lineage of Ham, and Abraham's father was the lineage of Shem. So Nimrod was his uncle, his father's generation. They were on the same timeline. So yes, Abraham was from this land. they walked. When the Most High told him to come back, he didn't tell him to come back to a land he didn't know. He called him back home to his ancestral land. And when he came, it wasn't like the land was empty. The land had his uncles, his father's, his Petrarch's father, Chimelemeze's Dike's children, because it wasn't all of Shem's children that left the land. It was just maybe it was just Abraham's lineage. But Abraham was from this land, the land that we are today fighting for. Now, as for the part of Adam or Madwana and Maduivem, I would say this to you categorically. If you read a better version, maybe if you can get a version like maybe the Mason Bible, because their own is still very much should I use the word authentic, in the sense that because they know them themselves, they know that they have to keep their truth. If you read the Mason's Bible, you would understand that the Most High created his own people, and they were other people who were not of you. It's like everybody took their own portion, because the conversation said it's him and somebody saying, you know what, let us make our own. From the beginning, he said, and he came to the east side of the garden and created a garden. And Adam there. The reason why he created that space is because his own is like my own. This is my own people. You people that are your own, do your own. Don't treat my own. So yes, I would categorically say from my own understanding. Now, this is my own understanding. You are free to go and research for yourself. From my own understanding, I would categorically say that Madwana and Maduivem were the creation of the Most High, and they were other beings who looked like us that existed in that time. Or let me use the word mankind that existed in that time, but not of us. You get me? If you there's a particular people in Africa, or the people in Africa, they have 2 feet. I will look for it. I still have it. They have their feet. They just have 2 fingers. And they will tell you who their creator is. They will tell you that they are children of aliens or something. They will tell you. I will look for it and I will send it to university. And maybe he would post it in the next time that we have this thing. It's one of in the archives. If not, I would ask my brother to give me his own. But yes, there were people, other creation, or people who were created that looked like you and I, like men, but are not of you. Thank you. I hope I was audible, because I mean audible. I can't.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. We could hear you.
Catherine Ashelon for more details. Thank you.
Let somebody finish speaking before you come in, please. You are next to talk now. Please
finish. That is what.
Yes, please. Yeah, you can go ahead now, Mazi. Ask your question or put your contribution, and then Ibrahim will be going next.
Okay, what I want to add is that based on what you said, for you to get more detail, this lady they call Catherine Ashelon, she was killed because she was fired. She have every history of us. Go and read Catherine Ashelon, you will get more details. We exist before Adam. Okay, we have been existing before Adam. Adam was just remember Ken and Ebe. Ebe went and married somewhere. Or Ken, those people married. Where did they come from? So this is very simple. Okay, and again, my lady, what you said everything. What we hear now is not just hearing. Let us put it in practice and show others. If you don't practice it after, you are deceiving yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ibabuchi, the mic is yours. And then we'll go to Ben Wabo. Thank you. Ibabuchi, am I pronouncing it well? I think the mic is yours. Or can anybody hear me? Oh, maybe I'm out. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, Ben, take the mic. I don't know if Ibabuchi is having some problem with his you go ahead and make your submission, please. And
Ibabuchi is here now.
Okay. Go ahead and then make your submission. I know, remain there, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I coming out louder?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, my people. Thank you, University. Thank you, Madam Clara Deans. Thank you for keeping this up. Thank you, our minister. Thank you, Otunwamwanya. Thank you, all the formidable, genuine and truthful, tasty and hungry for Biafran freedom. Thank you, each and every of us. Thank you, our Prime Minister. Thank you for creating this spiritual awareness, for making Biafrans to grow in mental toughness, to value freedom, and never again shall we validate Islamic Nigerian terrorists and evil entity created by so-called colonial vandals, Britain. They have fared woefully. We have learned a lesson by dwelling in their evil. But this time around, we have waken up for this joyful journey called freedom, because we have been in darkness for several years. This is the time that we wipe away our tears, so that our children and their children and their children and the generation to come shall never, ever, ever believe in their evil and atrocities in the nation. We have tested it. Now we can be able to know the heaviness of water, gas, fuel, and sand. We have known each other. We have known all of them, which one is more heavy. And we have discovered, in order to recover, that nothing ever is above freedom. Freedom supersedes everything.
A question. Any other submission, please? You can do that. Let's ask her a question based on what she brought here. And I think today should
Still speaking. Do you want me to drop my mic?
No. Otunwamwanya, please let him make his submission, please, sir. Go ahead. Make your submission. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So,
Can you hear me? Claridims Agujegbe. Please, just 30 seconds.
Yeah, I can hear
Since
you.
since you were interrupted, I just use this opportunity. Greetings to everyone. I'm gonna be brief. If you are in Europe, okay, if you are in Europe and you're on this space, I believe you are part of the European family. There is a Zoom meeting that is going on for European members, the reps and the European members, and it's an emergency meeting and very important meeting. So if you are on this space speaking and you're not on that meeting, you can still be on the space, but you can be listening to the information that is being passed on this Zoom meeting. It is very important. If you do not have the link, go to your group, call your rep, or however. It is very important that you should join this meeting. European members, Europe. And if you are on this group in Europe and you're not a part of the family in Europe, look for your rep and join that group. Thank you so much. I yield the mic. Thank you. Minister Otunwamaya, you're there for Italy. This one, you are here telling people this thing, doing Sojaman. Go and join the meeting also. Thank you. Love you all.
Christopher, it's UK, Europe.
Yes, mommy. Yes. You are part of it. So you should be in the meeting also. Yes. Thank you.
Thought we are not part of European Union anymore. We
In
are.
our own, you are with us. UK is with us, you know. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
What about what about me? I could
All of us.
UK,
If
Italy,
we have to
Europe,
go,
please, everybody join. Thank you.
let's bring down the space and after.
Can you
No,
post?
no, you do not need to bring down space. You can join the meeting, listen, and you can just run the space if you want. But please come to the space and listen to the information. Thank you.
Can you
I mean,
post
come to
that,
the
please?
Zoom meeting. I meant, sorry.
Christopher, can you post it, please? Because someone like me, I only just started my.
I'm not gonna post it here, but I think if you are part of the meeting, but I can send you a DM. But in your group, it should have already been posted. I'm sure the Zoom link is on your group. That is why it is important. If you are in Europe, you'll be a member of the European family. If you are in Asia, Asian family, and so on. It is very important that you look for your family, look for the rep, and join that group. Thank you so much. But mommy,
When
you special. I will send you the Zoom link to your DM now. Thank you.
is it started?
Yeah, it
The
started
meeting?
like 30 minutes ago. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for alerting us. University.
okay.
University. Your host. University. Can you hear us? Oh God. University. Right. Eba Buchi, please finish your submission and then maybe university will do something. He's the host.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is this, because these people, the main architect of our problem is Britain. That is why they destroy everything. They destroy our educational system. But here in Britain, which I know, Madam Clara Dims, the education is the main source of their revenue. But back home, back in Nigeria, they destabilize it, they destroy everything. So how are our people going to learn? But rather they prefer what they call brainwashing, brain draining. The best of our best are coming here to study, but back home. And after they finish their study, they will return them here, offer them heaven and earth, in order not to them to go back home and inculcate that their experience, their intelligence to the next generation. You see a system, you see what they are doing. That is why all the prominent, all the vision leaders that ever rise up to do something meaningful to the society, they will eliminate him or her. Look at the way they supported late Muhammad Buhari. Look at the way they supported him. Look at the way even they are supporting this present one. Look at the way the so-called Prince Harry, look at the way he came to Nigeria. But they don't think, they don't talk. Everything, all these special amenities that have been working here, both electricity, both good road, both social amenities, everything that is working here, making their people to live comfortable. They don't want it to exist in that country they created. They said they created. Look at the place that the first oil we are produced, Oluburi. When you go there, you start shedding tears. All over the world, there's nowhere they are bringing the amount of resources in that area that looks like the way Olubiri and other part of places they have been exploiting and the oil. These people, they are evil. This is our time. Biafrans all over the world, we must have to put our differences aside and fight our common enemy and fight to regain our glories and fight and regain our freedom. That will make us total human being. Otherwise, we are less than human being. We must have to. Everything possible, we have to do it. Put your hand in your pocket. Our freedom need finance. We need to finance this. UN, EU, America, so on and so on, they can never come for our rescue. It's only we that will rescue ourselves. And it's only we that will let them know that we are ready by implementing all the necessary facilities put them in place. If these people attack us, we go back to wherever they are coming from, attack them. I believe that should be the best option. And the world will justify every action that we are going to take because we have been mentioned. They are hearing us, but they kept quiet because of their economic interests. Until we regain our land, they can then start negotiating with us. Thank you. Let me hit my mark because of this meeting, because of the Zoom meeting, European Zoom meeting going on. Let us see if we can participate, which is very, very pertinent. We must have to. I hit my mark. Thank you. Yeah, Clara Deans, that's have yielded. Our Minister Uchumwanya, University, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. University, for some reason, tied up. So the space is going to continue in that respect because he needs to bring the space down. So if you want to, if you're not part of Europe and if you want to continue on the space, please go ahead. And please, I don't know whether they're going to kick you out, but if you continue with the space until university comes back, I mean, if you think you can change the decision or you want to make a different decision, go ahead. But I think we should continue because the space, the host itself, is tied up on something at the moment. So the space is going to continue. Please continue on of thoughts on Biafra and Biafra and Biafra. So who else is stable? Who is now? So are you from Europe? Who can hold on the space for university? So I quickly join them over there. Who can
Hello,
hold it on?
are you talking to me? I'm already on the meeting, sir. As I'm talking to you, I'm on the
Oh,
meeting
okay.
now.
You have two
Yeah.
phones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So can you continue with the space, please? Oh, he's on the meeting.
Yes, I'm on the meeting. I don't know
All right.
how I'm going to.
I will listen to the recording. I will listen to the recording. So Lucky Star, you
Thank
came
you.
in, and I'll give to Ben. Lucky Star, let Ben go before you, and then after Ben will be Lucky Star. Go ahead, Lucky Star. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, the co-host and the host who is busy at the moment, and all the speakers. Thank you enough for that beautiful historical perspective. But the only thing I invest with you say when you don't take off, they put the books, the name of the books for maybe online, make you see or make you give one person so that they'll transfer it to us. So we'll be able to buy it if possible. For example, now I have this, I don't know, I do, they just deliver it last 2 weeks. So the other one that just talking about, which is actually no, it wasn't on. It wasn't on um, Amazon or eBay. So I just searched Nigerian something is there. Free hidden students, so that at the end of it, we'll become nation. Biafra is here. Thank you very much for that history you just analyzed to us. Urobo Isoko Godomigodo land of Biafra. Though, sorry, I'll just say a bit, then I'll go because I'm on the meeting on the other phone. In fact, those Obas in, not Oba of Benin, Oba in Benin, Oba in those people that he put everywhere. When the time comes, we'll chase them away because that is our land. And the heart of us, as you say, the gate to Biafra land is Igodomigodo. And that is why I say the key that opened all doors that opens the key. And that will get there. When we get there, I think there will be no Jupiter, not even this Oyibo that are here, where we are in UK, will stand us because they are not gone already. Look at Islamic people that are here in UK. And before that time, I pray that Chukwu Kabiama will let me to just move, pack my family, go back to Biafra land. When Biafra is declared, that is the plan, gradually until we just enter there. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. All what I want to say is that we should try, and this is the time that the government, the cabinet, our prime minister need us. They need you contribute very well so that we'll fight out, because we are taking this Biafra back to our land, because the Biafra will bring it from abroad, and that's how it's going to happen. And if we can listen to one of our Mazi Simon, Mazi MNK, one of his preaching, he said that, I think he said his mom told him that he saw that Biafra will come from abroad before the mom was unable to withstand what happened for the invasion of their palace. Anyway, Biafra is here. I mean, I'm ready totally. If they say today, I'll move. Within few weeks, I'll just calculate my money and I'll be in Biafra land. We are with the creator. We are with Chukwu Bema from the beginning. And we are the son of that soil. We populate the earth. There's time for us to be doing researching and reading, and to read history so that we know who we are. For example, now I know who I am. I am a Biafran, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Thank you very much, the host and co-host. I hit my mic from here while I join the European meeting. I will continue with this. But I will be listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. I see your hand, but there's Lucky Star is still before you. Is this something you quickly want to? Is there something you quickly want to say?
Let him go ahead. I don't even have much to say, but let's go ahead. I've gone back to delete my app, started all over again from. Oh my God. Oh, that's why you've not seen me since. I've been trying to get back all my accounts. So let him go ahead.
Oh my God. Yeah. The same thing. You can see that this one, I just created this one this morning as well. This is just our government needs to look at it. Maybe somebody needs to, because I think Elon Musk doesn't know what's going on. This sabotage is actually people that have been planted amongst us here that has been doing this rubbish, you know. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's actually very, very unfair.
I think Elon, because he has a lot of money, and he doesn't look at all his companies. He has no time for us, so he doesn't care. I believe when he sees it, he does something about it. So please, Lucky Star can go.
All right. The original Claridames. Yeah, original Claridames. You are just making me happy day by day. God bless you, man.
See you. God bless you.
Yeah, actually, based on what our sister Noah was saying, there's something very special about us. The world are trying to hide. And there are some signs and symbols that I come to learn as a historian, because when I see somebody saying the right thing, I don't joke with that kind of person. My sister Noho has spoken a lot, and there is something hidden from people. And if you cannot really know your place of origin, I believe it can really, destroy a generation, unborn generation. That if at all they are born, they will not know their place of origin, and that cannot really sound well. A time will come that we are going to sit and draw out something, rewrite our history, and some of the missing points, we will address them. There is something special about us and the Jews. We are one, actually. This is from like a saying of people. I am from here. The other person is from the other side. Who are the oldest? Who are this and that? Actually, we will come to conclude all these points by the special grace of Juko Kikabiyama. Like English are really dominated, and things about us are no longer in vogue. So we will go to fish out some of these points, some of those things that are hidden from us. The world is hiding something about we Biafrans. We are ancient people, and there are some things that made us special, which the world does not want us to really shine out. But thank God we are in this very struggle. After liberation, we will, come to the drawing board and know what to do and teach our children some of the missing points. Like we have a language, and then we have the way we write our things. All of these things are no longer in vogue. Like this English alphabet they use to do this and all that. We have the way we write our things. Like there's what we call it in CBD, the writing of the Igbo, the ancient people. That CBD is not in vogue. So with time, we can bring those things out and teach our children how to do things and where we are coming from and who we are and where we are going. Thank you very much. I don't want to talk too much. All I know is that as we continue to fight, we will liberate ourselves from the janjaweed and come out strong. We are going to win with, in fact, win, win, win. We are not slacking backward. Nothing will stop us. Our sister Clara Deems, keep on speaking. University and the rest, great Ben Wabo, all of you are here, and to as many who have been coming and going out, we will not lose this fight. We cannot allow our enemies to deal with us and continue to massacre us. We are tired of this nonsense. They
Can
know
anybody hear
they know
me?
this. They knows
I
this.
don't know if I'm being kicked out again.
I know
Yes, I
how we
can hear
can
you.
hear
No,
you.
yes,
Just
you are right. Yes.
respond or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I know
So,
how we can hear you. Lucky Star is
Okay,
on now.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
hang in there. Thank you.
so I always support my sister. I know her. We'll come together and put us together and do some things. There are things that are missing that we need to know. God know her. You've spoken well. I love you, and I love you all. We'll win them. Mad peace of the gods. Please, all your submissions before now, we know, and we are. Thank you very much, class, for co-hosting. God bless you.
Thank you, Lucky Star. Thank you for that submission. Thank you for making it brief. All your points were right. Getting together with Edoho and making things right, putting things together will be a very good, fantastic idea. Mouthpiece, the mic is yours now. Thank you.
Thank you, my darling Clara Deans. It's good to be back again. I am so unhappy that I missed Enoho's lecture. In fact, it's sometimes when you're less busy and you really want to be on space and listen. And these, well, I don't want to use the foul language today. So, but that's only when I'm very angry that I use that word. So, but I am so happy at least I'm back again, just in case I'll go back and listen to Enho's lecture. So I wanted to add before I was kicked out. I think it was either the daughter of ancestors and who again that was speaking that time, about our lineage and all that. And I wanted to ask, please, Clara Danes, which Urobo or Isoko Igodomi that says Alwa, please?
Hello, do you know that? Which one says Aloha? I don't know.
Is it university? I think university was greeting Alwa the other day. I just wanted to know.
It could be from their side because our own sound is slightly different.
Okay, Enoho, do you know? maybe is university in a meeting? Even
University is in a meeting. So university will not be able to respond.
And what about
Maybe
Worry Sister?
Worry Sister is not here now.
Right.
Everybody were kicked out. I had to
Okay.
reboot from the beginning, so it's been horrendous.
Okay, because I wanted it, because we also say that a lot in my own language, and there's really a lot, about my community. During the war never entered my community at all, and it's very close to the
It's
town.
from Aluao. It's from Eka Agbo. The one that is saying Aluao. Aluao.
Okay, yeah. So okay, so we do say we
Sorry,
do
that is
greet.
why. Sorry to interject. That is why I pick up I requested for it. I'm from Agbo, a car people. What we say is Alua.
Yeah.
Ndo, Nane
Oh.
is just a slight different. Igbos are one.
Okay.
Those people that says Alua, that is the car people. There is no part of Igbo, even up to Ngwa, that they don't understand. Yes.
Yeah, because my people, because we greet that, we say aloha, and there are lots of things. So, and like I said one time on Space, you come to my community and you steal something and you want to leave, the hill will bring you back again. You can never take what you stole to leave. So, and there's a lot. Even I'm thinking that when Biafra stands again very well, we will need archaeologists. There's a lot of places that I will show them. Like when I was young, I used to see a lot of things, and when I tell people this is what I've seen and all that, they kind of like, where do you come from? Are you an old woman or something like that? Where were you? How did you? But I used to see this, just seeing it. And then when I tell my dad, I've seen this place, this is what happened and all that, and he kind of like, people are always afraid of me when I was younger. But anyway, this story for another day. I wanted to ask a question that time, but the space wouldn't allow me. Now it's gone. I can't even continue. So let me just listen while we continue. Thank you, Clara James, for giving me the mic again.
Thank you. So that's Clarence. Aloha is somewhere near Ika and all of Agbo area, and they're all the same. So please, if you want to say something, you need to raise up your hand. So that's the only indication. Shady.
Sorry. I just want to correct one impression. Sorry, I did not raise up my hand, but I just want to correct one impression here. You see, Eka is a clan in Igbo, and Eka we have Agbo. But the general if you want to identify them, both Agbo and every other villages, being the Eka is a card used. Even this Agbo we are saying as an Agbo is like like a quarter of people. But Eka is the main language. Eka is what they know them for. We have Agbo, we have Owa. All of them are Eka. We have Ota, we have Igbake. This Igbake now they have sent carved into Edo State. Is primarily Eka. They are Eka people. Part of that is the main Igbo people there. Okay. Then we go to Munede and all those Munede and Moho, all those within that, all of them are known by Eka. They are Eka people. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Please, can I something? Sorry, thought they will kick me out. This network is disturbing me.
Who is speaking?
It's me, Shedi.
Okay, Shedi. After Shedi, we go to Chukwu Amazing. And I don't know if Mouthpiece wants to say something, but Shedi, go ahead before they kick you out. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Star Clara. I appreciate you, Universal, and Mouthpiece. May God bless you people for all this lecture you are lecturing us. And know how, oh, my God will bless you, my big sister. Please, I just want to shift to something. You see, some people will be coming and say that a car is not Igbo. When I was, there's a village in those states, because I went to primary school there. Yekoriomo is close to Agbo, Abavo, they called that village Ebuega, those. I went to primary school in that village. When I was in that village, my friend Monda, he came from Ekwale, where they Mutu. There's a place called Mutu for Ekwale. The other of my friend too, he came from Eka, from Abavo. And the other of my friend, mother came from Enugu. On market day, like we'll just be playing in my friend's house, They will just be coming back from market. All those women with those their wrapper they normally tie. They will just stand and be discussing. And when these people are discussing, they will not be speaking English. This one will be speaking Eka, this one will be speaking Igbo, this one will be speaking Ekwale. And they'll be understanding themselves. I'll be wondering like this, I'll say, I was hearing before that Eka or Agbo, they are not Igbo, but why can't these people understand themselves? One day, I now asked my dad, because my dad is from Igbo, from Imo State, As I say, like every time I'll be seeing you people will be speaking, you'll be communicating with Agboma, and he'll be understanding you, and Agboma will be communicating with you. How come? He said that they are all Igbo. The language just different little bit. Like if you go to Imo State now, Imo State have their own tune, and Anambra too have their own tune, just little bit different. The same thing with Ebonyi State. Was describing it to me. And today, like if you see somebody like this, you'll be coming out and be saying that a car is not Igbo or it's not Biafra. Sometimes I'll be imagining these people, like, are they human? People don't say like the Britain have deceived you people, or the Nigerian government have deceived you people. Is that mean that you people can't even learn? Just think, because I just use that I'll just remember that time, like I'll just be using to connect myself. Those women, every time you see them, they'll be standing and be discussing, and they will not be speaking English. They'll be using those language to communicate with each other, and they'll be doing parable, and they'll be understanding themselves. And you see somebody will come out and say that we are not one. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just be seeing this people be speaking some space. I'll just be crying for their ignorance, because you see this thing I'm seeing Jobon Tronaso. I wanted to, I don't know if I can have this time. I'll enter that space. I'll be posting it for them, because this thing is going to happen to them. Those people that they are Biafra will be denied because of the little money they are from Nigeria. Will be denied. I'm not a Biafra. I'm not a Igbo. This will say after you deny, these people will still kill you. They will still kill you. Nothing will still do about it, and you'll be gone and will be gone forever. And nobody is going to remember you. Just I want to shift in, because all of us, we are all Biafra. Go to what they call it, so-called, they call it Port Harcourt, Gocha. We all are all Igbos. We all are all Biafras. People come to Isha, my mother place, called Ujogba. That Ujogba, Ekboma, Uromi, we are Isha, but our language is different little bit. You see, be seeing our language, our Isha, you see, be different. Go to Anguchi, go to Ora, go to Uyele, go to Ubiajala. You will see our Isha will be different, but we are just the same. The boundary between those villages, it's not just even far. We can just take to the other community, but the language you see be different. You see somebody will say that we are not one, we are not one. Because can you imagine all these people, are they human beings? Or they just know it, they just want to be hiding the truth because of what they are getting. Now, I'm just thanking everybody. We'll see continue to this gospel until those ignorant ones will see understand that look at who they are. Because some of them, I know some of them know, but because of what they are benefiting from Nigeria, they just want to become useless to themselves. I thank everybody. Sister Ellen, I appreciate you so much. Like this thing, every time you come to space now, what I'm learning from you, like I'll even be telling myself that I don't think that if like somebody will tell me to go to university now, I'll go to your own school, your own university. Like this one is even higher, is the highest. I'll be coming to you. If it's only this year, I'll be learning step. I'm okay for this. I'm so okay. No, I thank everybody. I know that it's the work of Chuko Kabiama. Because the spirit that is speaking with you now is the same spirit that is speaking with our leader, Mazina the Kanu, the same spirit. Because that time when he's speaking like this, I'll imagine where this man came from. Is it not the same school those gullible Nigeria went to? Is this the same our leader went to? Or I didn't know that there's some spirit. When this spirit possess you, even you will not be even know what you are doing. Like it's just like when I don't know how to say it. No, I just need to just stop for here now. I just want to appreciate everybody for this space, for this time you people always be sacrificing, be educating us. We that doesn't even go to no university, we are just like those push and start before, but now some of us are just waking up. Mostly these Edo people, most of our Edo youths, sometimes their own case is small worse because the upper is using them to kill themselves. Like what one of person was saying here, what do they call this man, Kabaka, Tony Kabaka. They'll be using those cuttings and be killing those youths in those states. And nobody will be saying anything about it. Nobody will be saying anything, will be condemning all this art. Those ones they can't kill, some of them will run to Asia, some of them will run to Libya. But I believe that this is our generation, so we are going to put end of all this rubbish. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. God bless you and give you more strength.
Thank you for your submission. Thank you very much. Chukwuma Amazing. The mic is yours. Thank you.
No, my question is I want to ask you now, the book by Catherine Achimano, where can we get it? Because I've been trying to search it, can't find it. I think is it the one called The Lived Before Adam? If she knows any good source to get it, please, can she suggest it? Thank you.
No, can you hear that?
I can't hear anybody anymore. Am I still here or I've been kicked out?
No, you are still here. Somebody just Chukwuemeze just asked you a question now. Do you want him to ask the question again? Just asked you a question. Hello, Enoho, can you hear me?
Maybe she should go out and come back again so that she can ask. He can ask the question again.
Enoho, try and go out and come back. I'll bring you back in. Try and go out and come back. Enoho, go out and come back. Go out and come back. Okay. Oko Sisi. Oh, good Lord. I hope I pronounce it well. The mic is yours, sir.
Thank you, Clara. Thank you, everyone. And
I think I've been kicked out.
the university, we thank each and every one of us that are here. I know they have been kicking in and kicking out. No problem. We'll continue to push ahead and move forward, no matter the circumstances and the environment we find ourselves until we get our freedom. You see, like I said before, because I think Mouthpiece was the one that asked the question of the people that say Aloha, and before this, my brother now came to say, to chip in something about the language that they have been speaking, especially when our mothers goes to the market or when coming back and all that. You see, because of the history that was taken away from the school curriculum, from primary school to the university in that zoo. That is why you see that many people are wallowing in ignorance,
especially for them to know their roots. Even some of the educated ones, some of the educated ones we have in that zoo, if you tell them where is your root, they will be thinking it's an evil thing, because their brain have been neutralized to reason deeply. Igbo is the people of a certain geographical areas which we happens to fall in, an ancient people, and a cut across from Benin down to Cross River. If you are a car man, as I am, there is no Igbo that you will speak. There is no Igbo that you are going to twist, no matter how you twist it. In as far as I'm there, understand. So it's just that is why we have general Igbo. I think that one is more simpler than any other one. Like Ngwa is not there, Abreba is not there, some part of Deep Ebony is not there, and all that. But we have general Igbo language that is very simple to anybody in Igbo land to speak and understand. Okay, so from Benin, part of the people they cut into this so-called Edo state, they are all Igbos. You can, if we can remember, when our leader used to call Egbakere is Egbake. They put that name Egbake, but it is Egbakere. That is to tell you where you are coming from. Eka comprises from all those places, even part of those people they share to Benin, part of those people they share to what's it called, to Benue, to Kogi. Some part of them are Eka people, because by their root we shall know them. We know them by their language, we know them by their culture, we know them by their dressing, we know their food. If we now talk about the Urobo people, there are some Igbo language that when you speak, it's almost like Urobo. People don't understand. The people they born yesterday in that Urobo land, they don't understand. I could remember when I was calling, when the first time I heard the name, that was a very long time ago. I heard the name Erere. I said, come, and I called my sister-in-law. I said, what is the meaning of Erere in Urobo? Erere is gain, profit. Is that an Hausa language? Is that an Yoruba language? But these are Igbo language. And Urobo people, they bear it. They use so many things that I cannot remember. If I start picking them out one after the other, you will find out that the people, your enemy, they know you more than the way you know yourselves. That is why you see they say these are the Igbo people. When we are in primary school, then I'll be in secondary school, then you don't see, if you are filling a form in that zoo, what you see is Igbo. If you are not Igbo, forget about it. You are not Igbo, you are not Hausa, you are not Yoruba. Even you are Yoruba, you still put Igbo, because they know you. This Biafra we are talking about now, who are the person that said, look, this is what we are known for? Is it not an Ijaw man? Because he knows his root.
My brother no verse for clarity. Iru rogene erere. Iro rogana erere. Iro rogana erere. Kada marevigo. Kada marevemo. Iro rogana erere. I don't even know Sibo they use that name again. Can you imagine? Fire down.
Yeah. Even the Iroro, you just made mention of Iroro. What is the meaning of Iroro? The language the song you just sang, you call about Erere and Iroro. What is the meaning of Iroro?
Iroro means thought, sense. Iroro means thought.
Okay, good.
Sense.
Is Mapis there? Mapis, are you online?
I'm here.
Okay, good. What is the meaning of Iroro in Igbo?
It's either, from the sound of it, it's either grass or thinking.
Iroro means thinking, your thought.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
That is what it means in Igbo. Now, these are the things that have been hidden to these present generations that we
My
don't know.
my God have mercy. Una they use Iroro for there too.
Of
Our side will
course.
say, use your Iroro, use your thinking. Now we think with it. Okay, then.
Rage and fury na wow. Na wow. I not believe. I just keep quiet here. Chineke.
We are one. We are one. The
Okay.
archaeologists, with time, the archaeologists we go and excavate everything that will show us all who we are, for all the doubting Thomases. Say.
Definitely the archaeologists they will walk, and even before they even start walking, did you know the secret that our leader said, I will not say these things now, because if I say it, you don't have the capacity to withstand it or to carry it along. And our leader have not told we the Biafrans what it means by that, because himself he has dig deeper to understand whom we are. We all are one. We all are one. The four market day.
You see, because you see, look, you see, our leader was given that gift. You know, some people, you can be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or whatever, and you are given a gift. Look at this, our sister, Enoho. She has been given the gift. It makes her look maybe 100 years old, but she has been given that gift to educate us. And you know, I'm a voracious reader, but since I came abroad, I haven't been reading as I used to. But then we if you you know, most of our young ones now don't really read. All they want is to make money, fast money. They don't read anymore, and made it so that for the fact that we are so much into money, they should hide the information in books, because our people don't read. But now that those who are meant to bring back Biafra and bring all of us wherever we're dispersed, and bring us all home, you know, the gods are using them again to bring us together. So please go ahead, Okosisi.
Okay.
Sorry, Okosisi. Sister Clarity, man. When you was talking to, I don't know if it's university, you said something like Ota. What does that mean? Does that mean Otwa in Igbo, or it's something different? Ota. You said something Ota. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, I said ota. That is the words. This what we are talking about. So ota.
Okay,
Otana
Kapo,
Buno.
it's an enemy.
Otami stop.
Talk. Yeah,
Stop, you
Ota.
understand? Yeah.
Ah, okay. I was thinking
Please,
maybe it's
and
like Otuan.
EO was saying EO. He say EO is me what? Please,
You say
That
what?
I thought it was
EO. He say EO me
Otua.
what?
Okay.
In Urobo, I think
In
is money.
your miss juju, in your miss juju, in your I'm in your in your miss juju. You understand? In you. That means if you put I'm going to example of English.
Mirror.
But it simply means
Mirror.
when
Is it mirror?
you put juju for your crop or maybe put juju for your you understand? And that one we they call in you for you. You get it?
In
No,
your hello.
there
But
in your he
yeah,
was
sorry guys. No, come out entirely. Just close and enter the space again. I've done it about 20 times. I can't get you back as a speaker. So go out, just close it and come back again, please. Biko. Please. Thank you.
So in the nutshell, if you look at all the languages of Biafra, you see that we are correlated.
Also in your swear, in your also mean when I doing okay. After if they say them are doing okay, means they don't swear for you. You understand?
no. There's first where the
Hello.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
there's first where the asthma that I mean what in your.
I
So
don't really in your is it in your or hello?
I don't know if because I was there's maybe inyo is different from inyo. Inyo means mirror, but I don't know. I don't know about inyo because you know the sound differs. So it's like when ebe and ebe. So yeah.
Okay. Anyway, if you look at all the Biafran languages, you see that they are very, very, very similar and correlated. You know, that is to tell you the kind of we are the same people. Like the West today, the Yoruba people, you see them they call Yoruba people. I tell you, Ogun State man cannot understand somebody from Ilorin, even somebody from Ekiti.
1 minute, I want to talk about from the sounds to me like in Igbo land they used to say konyo. It's like you're talking something bad or rubbish or some kind of you know that is what it sounds to me like. Then enyo, that's the one Mouthpiece is talking about as mirror. So I don't know which one you want to talk about.
Anyway, but the issue here is that in the languages, the spelling may be different, but the same pronunciation is possible that way and different meaning. Sometimes
Am I
you see have
audible?
the same meaning. Okay?
Can anybody hear me?
Anyhow, we can hear you.
Yeah, you are
Can hear
hearing me.
you.
No. So
Well
Sharing
done.
us.
I hear you very well. All that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
is she talking? Did she want to speak?
Anyhow, say something so we can hear you. Go ahead. Oh, so sad. It's very, very hard to come on space now. It's really hard. Anyhow, try and say something.
I ran about this space. They are running mad. Zoo is money you people use and be taking care of your so-called people that really claim to be Nigerians. You are using it pay Twitter space to be attacking us. Nderi, fools everywhere.
So, as I was saying, please, can
Go
I
ahead,
go
ma.
on with my submission?
Yeah. Try and finish up. I don't think she can hear us anyway. Because she tried, but she couldn't. Anyway, maybe it will come back again. Go ahead. Thank you, Oko Sisi. So go ahead.
So the issue here is that the history that was removed in their so-called curriculum, done a lot of evil things, and Ohaneze as well. That group of criminals never do anything good to Igbo people, because Ohaneze is supposed to be the bench to unite all the Igbo communities, irrespective of the so-called states and villages. You can imagine somebody from Nkwere, like Nwike or Amechi. You bear your name Amechi. Tomorrow you say you are not an Igbo. You bear your name Nwike, Nwa Ike. Tomorrow you say you are not an Igbo. You bear your name Okowa. Tomorrow you say you are not an Igbo. You know, the issue here, some of them have been bought, some of them, because of their political interest in this so-called zoo, they denied where they came from. We are talking of decolonization, British, but will somebody in London tell you to hate your brother? Will somebody in London tell you not to, they amount money for you to tie your road, and he will tell you don't tie it, pocket the money? You see, all these things is even mindset is included. Our mindset need to be changed. That is why when Biafra come, we have a lot of things to do. Our mindset have to be changed. So we are all Igbos, irrespective of where you came from. In as far as you are from the East, you are an Igbo man. In Igbo, we have different languages. We may understand ourselves, we may not understand ourselves. We are all Igbo. Thank you. I yield my mic.
Thank you, Okosisi, for that. As you are talking, that irrespective of whether you are Igbo or not, we all understand this. At the end of the day, they know and they understand as well. So the jittering, the kitty kitty, kata kata is all worrying them. Imagine the way they have treated us today on this space, and people are not going to give up. People are fighting, and that's all we can do for now until we get our own media house sorted. We'll continue. I don't even know where the host is at the moment. I need to have to send a text to him, because this is what has been going on right from beginning of this space. I was attacked. Mouthpiece was attacked. My co-host, Worry Sister Helen, every single one of them was attacked. I had to reboot and come back. And this is what's going on. And this kitty kitty kata kata they are doing. I'm not going to succeed because we are determined people. We know what we are doing. We know that we are fighting for freedom. We know that this freedom is needed. It's about time this freedom is restored. Our people have suffered enough. They have died enough. They need to be free to free themselves from this colonization and from this killer squad that is criminally leading Nigeria. There are people needs freedom, and this is what they will get. And we will continue to fight very hard for it. So my people, never you give up. Keep trying. I must admit, I know how you've done excellently well today. God knows God is your strength. You're a true, strong Biafran warrior. You came back many, many times. And I know probably now you've just completely said, well, I've tried. But I've tried to bring you back in as many times as I can. But it's just so frustrating. But no frustration is going to stop us. So go ahead, Chukwumeze. give us your
Yeah.
submission.
Yeah. Just sitting down here and listening to everybody's contribution, I'm gonna tell you, like, I am very, very shocked. I'm very surprised. I'm very overwhelmed. I'm swept off my feet. As a matter of fact, I'm using my head to walk. And I can feel the shivers, you understand, in my bones, giving me goosebumps on my skins and all that. You understand? I asked myself that this Biafra, it is more than what anybody can explain, because you'll be thinking that we don't, we listen to everybody come here and make their contribution, the likes of Enoho, other people that have contributed, everybody, Biafra really have great people. And I feel like the thought, like, what we showcase people is the coming of Biafra, because I believe, like, in Biafra there are so many wonders that are going to happen, things that we will look at, and when we see, we'll open our mouth and say, wow. So I never knew that we, the Igbo people, we, the Biafrans, have people like this. It's really sad, man. It shall never be well with Britain and the entire generation of that royal family. As soon as Biafra come, that will be the beginning of their unendless suffering. They will suffer. Because if after everything they've done to us, and they don't know that it is time for them to stop and repent, and they keep doing what they are doing, then they have to suffer, man. Yes, they have to suffer. If that they portray the so-called their own king brought out the other time, if you saw the kind of portrait, who do these people think they are? The most they are the youngest of all races. Now they become the arrogance, and I think the thing is, I'm just so, but I thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank God for our Prime Minister. Thank God for this institution that we as Biafran people has created. Huh?
Chukwu Ameze, let me see, the House of Windsor, which is the royal family. They are Windsor. The House of Windsor. It's not stopping us now. We are the ones. I mean, not we the Biafrans, but the Zoological Republic of the Animal Kingdom. They are the ones stopping themselves. Because I put it to you, the number one enabler, the number one stooge of the world now is Steve Tinubu. There's no other leader in the west coast of Africa, even in Africa. There is a stooge as much as that guy. So he's the one. Are they going to go to Ghana and tell the Ghana president to do all this nonsense? Are they going to go to South Africa? Are they going to go to common Sierra Leone even? It is what is the enablers here that is putting up with this charade and this nonsense. And that is what is still ongoing. That is why our Prime Minister is a gem to us. It's everything to us currently, as well as Nnamdi Kanu, because this shit our Prime Minister will not take from them. If you know you're right, they know they are right. Corruption and criminality cannot make them do the right thing. And that is why all these other people, the House of Windsor and all these people you are calling, are running riot. Because these people are corrupt to the teeth. And that is the issue here. That's the brain. That is what is happening here right now. Because this man will he will tell Nigeria to hold on to power. And that is what is happening. I am telling you. Go ahead. Sorry to have interrupted. I just wanted to put that other point through. What you are saying is true, but when you want to look at it critically, you could say this as well. Thank you.
And I've come to understand that the most deadliest of all deadliest genuine freedom fighters in this current Briggy institution, this Briggy government, are the ones that Chukwu Kikabiama removed, as in order their footsteps away from that contraption to the UK. And you see kind of wildfire people are bringing. It's history, or it's not even guns and bullets we are using to destroy them. It's history, truth, and everything. So I'm proud to be a member of this race, to be a part of this race, to be a lineage of this race. And yesterday, another person stand was giving us some little history. So, actuality, you can say corruption started with Britain. They are even the first drug dealers selling them to China. And I say, please, please, as a black man, as a Biafran, as an African, wear that your black skin very well. Love it, cherish it. If you feel down, go on the internet, Google a 60-year-old black man and Google a 45-year-old white man and look at the skin, the differences. You'll be so proud to be who you are. And also, I just want to say that this must not stop. We have to continue. We have to. We cannot stop now. Like, this is really crazy. I'm just looking at everything, and I'm like, how are they able to suppress this thing? Or were these people, these geniuses, these great people, Chukwuka Gikabema put amongst us? Were you guys just hiding in your shells because of the fear of Nigeria? Imagine when Biafra come, what we are going to achieve, what we are going to do. So I just say, let me once again appreciate my country, my beautiful homeland, my beautiful people, one of a kind people. Thank you so much. And no, I see you gave a gesture sign. I don't know. I
Shukuma,
asked
if you
that
don't come to
question.
Finland, Anyaga,
I'm gonna be there now. I'll be
I
there.
trust you.
I'll
This
be
guy.
there.
I
Yeah.
trust this guy.
So you people are just amazing, man. You will not understand when you think about this thing. You have to be happy. Like, it's amazing that you're among guys that the people that will save the world comes from. So I just say, let me just put that out. Thank you so much, University. This Wednesday space, it always carry Obunigwe and fire every time. Thank you for staying. Thank you, our co-host. I use my mic for now.
Thank you. Please raise up your hand so I know if you want to take the mic. Tochi, go for the mic. Thank you. You're welcome.
Tochi,
Welcome to
even
the
Tochi is here
space.
today. Oh, Tochi, remember us
Oh,
today.
I always remember everyone. I always remember everyone. Trust me, I do. Uh, Thank you, Claire Dims. Thank you, University. Everyone on stage. Everyone in the audience. I actually had a question for Ella, but I think she's gone. There's no way for me
Oh,
to
she's here. She's
talk to
here.
her. Oh, she's here.
Mm.
I don't see her on stage, but
no,
oh,
she's on the listening side. She's tried to
oh,
come in. You know
okay.
what? She's tried to come in severally, and I can't bring her in. But I know how. Make you. I bet make you try one more time now.
Mm,
Try
if
No,
one
if
more
if
time.
if she
no,
can't make it
please
up
try to
here,
get
I can.
another, get one more account.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, if she can't get up here, I can always either shoot her a DM, or if she's following me, I'll follow her back. Um,
Yeah, she's listening to you. So if you follow her, I don't know, follow Tochi back, and then maybe you
I'm
can
trying
get
to
the
look for
question
her.
through.
Okay,
Thank you
sure.
very much.
No
Thank you. Go
problem.
ahead with your question.
Actually, my question wasn't even about like today's conversation. It was, I think it was the last time she you guys had a room, and she said something about how Biafra land extended almost towards Ethiopia, but I was trying to understand how the land and the maps and all that stuff, our lands extended towards Ethiopia, or maybe I'm not saying it well, but she mentioned something about how our lands were, we had like really vast lands all the way down to Ethiopia. I'm not sure if I'm saying it well, but I just wanted to ask like how. I'm trying to imagine that in my head and trying to, put it together of how we had that much vast land all the way close to Ethiopia. I don't know if Ethiopia was closer to us or if it was on the other side of the of Africa. Someone's mic is unmuted. I'm kind of hearing some kind of feedback. Uba Celestine, your mic is unmuted. I'm kind of hearing a feedback here. Okay.
Uba, can you mute yourself, please? Uba Celestine, can you mute your mic,
Take him down.
please?
If you can.
No, maybe he's not. Uba, please mute your mic, please.
I don't think you can hear.
Oh,
You might have to mute
yeah.
him from there. You can mute him. I
No,
think
he has now.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, basically my question is like I wanted to understand the landmark. Like how is that even possible that, Biafra land was that vast? How far from, looking at the map today, how far the West Africa is from East Africa, unless Ethiopia wasn't in East Africa at the time, or maybe it's towards the middle or, something. So that was my question. Also, I wanted to talk about, the Yoruba Isoko, Igudomi land of Biafra, like everything that has to do with that side of Biafra land, the South South. I wanted to also call out the hypocrisy of the Yoruba people because I see them doing a good job of, dividing and conquering of the Igbo people and how they're doing a good job of, bringing out all this propaganda about how South South doesn't want to be part of Biafra and how South people have said, or the queer people, or Isoko Yoruba people have said they don't want to have anything to do with Biafra. And they keep saying, oh, they're not Igbo, they don't speak Igbo. And, meanwhile, someone from Ikure can understand what someone from, Imo State is saying. And I wanted to call out the hypocrisy because even in Yoruba land, they have the same thing going on, okay? The people from Ondo State, Igbira, Ikale, Ijebu, all those people speak a different version of Yoruba. Like when you hear them speak, you would think it's somebody from, I don't know, like they speak Yoruba, but it's speaking their language, and somebody from, Enugu State speaking their language. It's still some form of Igbo, and they know this because people from Igbira speak another form of Yoruba, but Yoruba people still refer to them as Yoruba. They still refer to Ijebu people as Yoruba. They still refer to Ikale people as Yoruba, even though they don't speak the actual Lagos, Yoruba that we all know about. If you hear these people speak, you think they're speaking some form of Benin language or Edo or something, but they're referred to as Yoruba people. And knowing them and knowing this fact and for them to come at us and come to us, the Biafra land people, and you're telling us that, look, people from River State are not Igbo, people from Delta, people from Yoruba are not Biafrans, they're not, part of us. It's the hypocrisy is crazy to me because they have the same thing going on in the West and in the Yoruba land. They don't all speak the same Central Yoruba. So for them to come here and try to point out and try to say, oh, people from Delta State are not part of us is ridiculous to me because we're dealing with the same issues here. They claim people from Benin Republic, they claim people from Togo, they even go as far as claim people from Brazil. But we can say our people from the South South are our people. We can say people from the coastal area are our people. It is crazy to me and it's ridiculous and it's laughable. And I just wanted to call that out in case people didn't really know that they have different kinds of Yorubas because if you hear these people speak, you wouldn't understand anything they're saying at all. If you understand the Central Yoruba language that everyone knows in Lagos, you wouldn't even understand what someone from Igbo to say, oh, stop forcing people to be part of Biafra, blah, blah. They are Biafrans. They know this. It's just that some of them really kind of lost their history and they don't really know where they're from. But majority of them know this fact. And let's just stop saying that because same thing going on in Yoruba land as well, you know. So I had to come up here and, clear that in case, there are people still, saying a bunch of nonsense about how they don't speak the language. So that means they're not Biafrans. So I think I'll just mute my mic here for now. If I have anything else to say, I will mute. Thank you, Claire Dim, Sutuamanya. Thank you so much. I'm still here though. Thanks.
Thank you, Tochi. Yeah, they are talking nonsense, and it pains me so much. It really pains me so much that we Biafrans allow them to do this to us. Because when you look at Ogun State, ordinary Ogun State, you have the Igbos there, you have the Egbas, and they call themselves Yorubas. But that's in a one state itself, you know. So they come out at us, and the stupid us. We allow them to come in and divide us and say, oh, somebody is telling you, while they are in the same type of shoe that you are in, and they won't allow that because, like, you know, what Maximum Kanu was saying, in their own time, they conquered areas up and down the places. In our own place, we don't conquer areas. That is why our people speak the dialect that their forefathers have been speaking. And it's just because of migration and the mixture of during the trade of the Portuguese and all of that. That is why the dialect begin to change. But the Biafrans never went to conquer anywhere, anybody. But the Yorubas, they do that. They are always fighting. How they ended up in Ilebinu. They ended up in Godobi. You see? So this is exactly what we are saying. You allow them to come and tell you something that they are practicing. It hurts me when I see the gullibles that allow these people to come. Some of these people are so foolish. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
And it's a strange thing. Yeah, that's what's going on.
yeah. Claire Dims, like, when when
I think I have a good answer
wait,
to Tochi's question.
hold on a second, please.
Okay, sorry.
Like, when I did the research about Igodomigodo, like this takeover by the Ilebino people is not even that long ago. This is closer to like it was like 1895 or something. That was when it went from the Ogisos to the Obas. I mean, it's not time ago. It is really not. So for them to have erased the history, because I don't think a lot of people, I mean, the people that really maintain their history, they know this, but I feel like majority of them really forgot about the history. But it's not that long ago that it was changed from the Ogisos to the Obas and all that stuff that's going on there right now. So I just wanted to say that. So
That
for
is
me,
why, sorry,
mhm.
that's why the history you are talking about, I really feel sorry for our people. When they take history out, you do not allow people to have critical discussion and thinking and look at God knows what they would have been discovering. They took them out. This was a deliberate act. In fact, I'm putting it to Biafrans. People who were responsible taking the history out will be forced to go through our courts and be persecuted because they created a lot of problem for us. They must be punished for what they've done. Thank you. Sorry, I'm getting angry now.
No, I
Sorry, my
understand.
dear.
That's the right anger. That is the anger. That is like I've forgotten the word, but it's the anger that you need to have because it's a righteous anger. I mean, for you to take over a whole indigenous people, replace them, change the culture, and just make it seem like the Benin Empire was like has been there for centuries, which is which is not. So a lot of people really think Benin Empire. They kind of painted it to the point where, like, when you think about the Benin Empire, you think it's something that's been there for centuries, since maybe the 80s. But it's not. When you look it up, it's like just the 1890s, closer to 1900s. So that culture needs to be taken back. Like, I can't wait till Igodomigodo rises again, and the people from Ileife need to be, either back to Ileife, or maybe they need to find somewhere to be, because the actual people that own the indigenous people of the land cannot be sidelined. It is crazy that they almost genocide the people of the indigenous people of Gudumigudu. Almost, but they did not succeed, thank God. But yeah, it's just a lot that people need to research, because even the Benin people, when you're talking to them, they're just telling you we are not related to, yes, it's true, they're not related to the Biafran people, but the Igodo people are related. But they try to cover that up. Like, even when you mention it on the timeline, people try to shut you up. Like, it's like a slur. They don't want you to even say that name. It's crazy. Hope we all get what we're looking for. And when Biafra comes, we're just going to rectify all these lies and the twisting of history and all this stuff that they've been able to do. It's just, for me, it's crazy. Our history, this is why they even took out history from the books, exactly, so people don't really know the truth, because a lot of things have been skewed over there. That zoo of a country is not it at all. Cole, you can go ahead and say what you wanted to say before you forget, because I know you wanted to answer my question that I asked earlier.
Yes, thank you very much. I think the answer to your question is very much detailed in history. All these ethnicities that are around the Igbo people, they are all Igbo. We have similar culture in many aspects of our lives: marriage, conduct of family, dress code, and social systems. All these people are all Igbo people. As we once played in one of our spaces, one of Mazin Mbekano's broadcasts, I listened to that broadcast live the day he made that broadcast about the history of Benin people, how their first Yoruba king, their first Yoruba Oba, his name, he bore an Igbo name, which is Eweka. It sounds Igbo to anyone who you don't need to be Igbo to know that. So all these places are places whereby during the time of the decline of the Arochukwu Confederacy, that because of the state was beginning to crumble due to improper central government managing the state, the borderlines of Biafra started breaking apart. That was when the Yorubas, who themselves has been conquering people, conquered those places. And that also includes Ishekiri. How can Ishekiri women be tying two-piece wrapper, and then they are having Olu of Wari, and then they are having Oba? That is conquest. That's why you have the bad likes of Reno or Mokri. Does Omokri sound Igbo to you? But if you go to the core Ishekiri families, you will see them bearing names that are similar to Igbos. Remember that the treaty that Britain first signed with Biafra, it was to the chiefs of Ishekiri and Biafra. So when you see all these things, all these places were places that during the decline of the Arochukwu Confederacy, it was up for the taking, and they took it, they conquered it. So what we are fighting for is total freedom and liberation of our people. That's why a lot of these people are here themselves. We never went to drag them. As Nnamdi once told that idiot called Tony Nadi, he said, have you invited these other people? Nnamdi Kanu told him something that was out of common sense, because these people, they don't have common sense. He told the idiot that they will come around, and that is what they have done. They have come around, because the truth is that everybody is looking for genuine freedom. That's the reason why everybody is poor in Nigeria, and only the politicians are rich. For you to be rich in Nigeria, you have to be involved in crime. If you are not in drugs, you should be in banditry. If you are not in banditry, you should be in internet fraud. And the reason for that stems from the root itself, foundational. We have not returned to our genuine family, and our family is Biafra. That is the architecture, the political, spiritual, and cultural architecture that was laid down to us by God Himself through the good wisdom of our forefathers. So all of them that are there, that's why they will tell you they are not Igbo. They are not Igbo, they are not Igbo because they are trying to please their Fulani masters. But they are drinking water and shitting from the same creek. That is how bad it is over there. And one of them was president. And you remember how they kicked him out. Good luck, Jonathan is what I'm referring to, with blackmail. But all these places were conquered by the Yoruba. That's why you see the likes of Reno or Mokri. But why can't you see it, you find it very difficult to see someone of original Ishekiri name being popular? Why? It's because of the conquest. There is a spiritual and cultural tie down. They have been turned into the minority while they are still the majority. The Yorubas in their midst, the so-called the Obas who came from Yoruba land and their servants that are still serving them to this very day are the ones that are the elite up there. And that is why people like Reno Mokri hate Biafra. He does not hate Biafra for nothing. He hates Biafra for something. Because the moment Biafra comes, these idealisms will come to an end. These people you are seeing, Benin people will throw out the Oba of Benin, and they are going to restore the People's Republic of Igodomigodo. That's what they are afraid of. That is what they are afraid of. The Oba of Benin has fought against Biafra, and that is what they are afraid of. That once the Biafra is restored, they are going to vote in a referendum to join, not just as they have voted to join Biafra, but not just to join Biafra, they are going to kick him out of office. They will say they no longer want to be a monarchy, they want to be a republic. And a lot of people are going to go on retirement. So all these Yoruba Obas occupying Biafra land, they are going to be the last people to sit on the imperial throne that their fathers conquered. They know that. So they all hate Biafra for something. They don't hate Biafra for nothing. This is the fact that I want all of us to understand. That's the reason why they are all saying rubbish, saying that Ikwere people are not Igbo. Let Ikwere people not be Igbo now, but we keep saying it that Ikwere people are Igbo. Let them keep denying it that they are not Igbo, thinking that they are the lies they tell themselves is that Igbos are looking for pathway to see. No, there is another Igbo group in that so-called river state that say that they are not Ikwere, they speak Igbo and they say that they are Igbo, and through them we can get access to the sea. But it is not sea that we are looking for. We are looking for our brothers, for our sisters. We are looking for our siblings. That's what we're looking for. It is the people we want, not their land. Unlike Nigeria that wanted the land and not the people. So therefore they resorted to genocide, pogroms, massacre, mass murder. As you can see in the Jumbotron, the guy that was murdered right before British journalists, they didn't even try to move him away from the camera. He was murdered right there. So when you see all these things, it tells you one simple story that retreating is not an option for us. Surrender is not an option. We are already dead by default. We are having to give ourselves a shot at living, and that is exactly what we're doing. Because by the fact you see that they use a multi-dimensional approach. You know, they make us they make the way the propaganda that Ronu Yorubas and the Fulanis use is that they demonize the Igbo man, and then I don't know how they manage to pacify these our Biafran brothers in the so-called Niger Delta, in the so-called South that doesn't exist in geography. That somehow that hating Igbo is a political salvation for them, and that has become their job to hate their Igbo brothers. Not only to say that they are not Igbo, but these people themselves also directly hate Igbos. There are some few people like my friend that was when we were in secondary school and a job guy. I was surprised seeing the guy as in loving me as his own brother, because he told me the reason why he likes me so much was because I'm an Igbo person. And when I queried him, he told me about how a good portion of Ijaw people fought against Biafra, and today they are paying for what they did against Biafra. That fighting against their own doesn't pay. That they are now pissing and drinking water from the same creek where they stay in Bayelsa. That is how bad it is. The oil has destroyed their farmlands. Before oil came, they were, by all standards, very wealthy. They were farmers and fishermen, and their lives were good. So when we calculate all these things, then you will see that the agenda is multifaceted, the agenda is multi-pronged. We too, our own approach must be multifaceted. We must tackle them from multiple directions. Our move against them should be a pincer maneuver, and that is exactly what we're doing. One of it is here to sensitize those who want to be sensitized, to educate those who want to be educated. Because I will say thank God about this. Thank God that in Nigeria there is no education at all. Talk more of it would have been even far worse that if there was forced education, aka propaganda. There is propaganda in Nigeria, but if
So
somehow
my brother, my brother, round up, please.
okay, if somehow the wisdom came to their head to do this propaganda as they wanted to do in the first place, because after the civil war they felt like the Igbos are going to be down forever. But we Africans always say that whomever the God wants to destroy, he first of all drives them mad, and that is exactly what happened to them. God himself drove them mad, and for that reason they couldn't do much anymore. So I encourage each and every one of us not to buy into all this story, but for those who will hear us, that we are all brothers and we are sisters. People don't, you don't judge family only by language. Actually, the real measurement is actually by culture. Look into our culture, our marriage systems, our social values, our market days. Check out all these things. Language is even the least of them, but even the language itself strongly validates our brotherhood, is the fact. So I thank you all for listening to me. Thank you very much, our co-host, and thank you very much, the host.
Auntie Clara, please my go off. I don't have battery. I can just make my last mission so that I can sign out.
Okay,
Please.
okay, go ahead. I can see.
All right.
I brought you in about 2 or 3 times. Yeah, go ahead. But before you go
Yeah.
ahead,
So today,
code artisan. Thank you very much for that. That was quite thorough. It's not only what binds us together, who we are. It's not by language alone. Our culture, our way of life, and all those are quite important indices as well, so that we are Biafrans.
all right.
Thank you for that. Go
All right.
ahead, Rage and
All
Fury.
right. Okay. Thank you very much, my sister. So I want to thank everybody for your patience and for the time. Today has been the greatest day, one of the greatest day, I must say, because it's such a shocking thing to know people, brothers and sisters, use the word irere. They use the word iruru. They even use the word inyo. So even if the inyo side means something different, it's normal. You understand? Even like in Soko now, when you talk of iruru, iruru means different things. Iruru means thinking. Iruru can also means plan. You understand? So all these things they happen like that. That's why we have something like iroro, iroro, iroro. Iroro, iroro, iro. Iro no magbaja no maranyu suturere. Iro. Iro no magbaja no maranyu suturere. Iro. Ojiye na okura ikufieno. Iroro rade na yo nyavo. Idio esakura ikufieno. No, thank you very much, great Biafrans. We are all one blood. We are brothers. We are sisters. From one mother, from one father, from one source. God bless you all. And together we will
Rage
get
and
our freedom.
Fury,
Thank you.
get in the studio. Get in the studio, Rage and Fury. That voice. Get in the studio, quick.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rage and Fury. Did you hear that? Get in the studio and get us make some music for Biafrans. Make some music and let's listen to that. Well done. Please, if you want to speak, you have to put your hands up so I can give you the mic. Okosisi is the one that is putting his hands up. Okay, have the mic, please, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Claradine. I just want to make a certain things known to our people. Number one, the guy that spoke before this our in Yoruba language. The Iweka you made mention of is Iweka in the first place. It's not Iweka, it's Iweka. That is the repronunciation of that name. The Egbake you see today, they say Egba, it is not Egbake, it is Egbakere. So all these names were changed during the time of colonial masters. If you look at even the so-called some names you hear in Iguacha, they changed them from their original names. You talked about the people hating people and all that. My brother, there is no Ijo man, Urubu man, Isuku man, or any other place that hates that name called Igbo. No. We all are Igbos. Igbos hate themselves. If you are making mention, if you make mention of these people, what will you say about Hope Uzodinma? What will you say about this former Ebonyi State governor? What's his name again? Dave Umahi. What will you say? These are what we are saying. The history that was removed, and the only solution to this problem is Biafra. It is Biafra that will correct all these things. It is Biafra that will tell you where you came from. It is Biafra that will return those former names that we are known of. It is Biafra that will unite everybody. So we all should have it at the back of our mind and support this Biafra restoration. Thank you, everyone. That I want to correct. Thank you.
While we are at it, support Biafra restoration. Please keep donating. Do not stop. We need that money. We need to make sure we are successful, and all the money that we can get our hands on is what we're going to use. For those of the Biafrans that money have decided not to join us because they believe they are going to live forever. They believe they will take this money to heaven. They believe if they give this money, they will not get more money. Good luck to them. You need to make sure you are registering as well. Data collection, it's a good thing. The government need it for a lot of reasons, which is very, very obvious to every one of us. They need the data collection to plan and to know exactly how many Biafrans are out there, and to know that this part of Biafran has so and so population. For so many good reasons, they need this data collection. They're not doing anything wrong with your data, but it's just to falsify and make them produce something that is going to be beneficial to everybody. So please, you need to register, even if it's just the plain register. You don't have to register for the card, just registration. And all of this is being required and be requested from our government. So we need to do all of that. And for those who can influence anybody that, I know some people, someone like me, I have tried, they will say, oh, please, but you don't give up. If you know people who can contribute to what we are doing in terms financially, please carry on doing your best and reaching out to them. And that's one of the reasons why we are here, to tell our own story, to tell them the reason why Biafra and it's Biafra and it's Biafra, nothing more but Biafra, because we can't carry on with a country that I just, I'm going to read it out again to show well, a typical senator. And this is, like somebody said, this is just, the figures are not right, oh, they just suppressed it. But a typical senator's monthly salary in the zoo currently, without their projects and all their other security that they get, a typical senator basic salary is 2.48 million. Hardship, I don't know which hardship they have, oh, that the citizens of the country called Zugeria don't have. They said hardship allowance 1.24 million. Constituency allowance, they say, and that one they increased it by 200%. They say it's 5 million, 4.96 million. Furniture allowance is every year that they'll throw their furniture. Which person that is working salary will continue to buy different furniture every month, every year? Nobody does that. The only people that does that is the Nigerian senator. Furniture allowance 7.45 million. Newspaper allowance, hey, okay, newspaper allowance is 1.24 million. Wardrobe allowance is 621,000. Recess allowance 240,000. Accommodation allowance 4.96, or that's 5 million. Utilities, I don't know which utilities they are talking about. Maybe they dig their borehole every day. Every year, who knows? They did increase it by 30%. That is 828,000, which is almost 1 million. Entertainment 828 million. Personal assistant 621,000. Leave allowance, hey, leave allowance 248,000. Severance gratuity, it's 1.86 million. That is about 2 million. Auto vehicle allowance, that is 9.9 million, almost 10 million. And these are people that they buy new cars for every year. They come to the Senate, they get new cars. And they have, before Tinubu came into power, just a typical example, 300 naira. With Tinubu is 1,200 naira. Thick milk used to sell for 250. With Tinubu is now 700. It's even more than that. Gary, they say it used to sell before, within a year of it is coming in. Pint of Gary is over 2,000 naira. So, and so many diesel, how much they buy their petrol, people cook, and all of that, and gas to cook, all of those things. That is the reason.
My sister Claire. See, and some people salary per day. From morning till evening, how they tell you so. This Gary when talk, I don't correct on.
Can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
No, talking to everybody. I talk to everybody, but can you hear me?